Hello, everybody, and welcome to the wrong screen. Fuck. It do be like that sometimes, hey? Hi, I'm No Man, and I forgot the intro. Welcome to BK Do Crime, the D&D show where I send these little friendly folk on missions for the Alphabet Mafia and where we've already got a hype train going. You know what? That's what I blame. I blame y'all for bamboozling me with the power of hype.
Wow.
Wow. Thank you.
Wow.
Oh God, you're all in the wrong places. Oh shit.
Choo, motherfuckers.
Just let me rearrange people. Nobody look.
I like trains.
Quick. Oh shit. Quick check. Who's got the brain cell today?
Based on who looks the most put together, I would say No Man. Actually, you have been safeguarding that brain cell.
I assure you, I do not. Okay. We're level 2 update. Hi, everybody. I am your benevolent deity and honorary zombie ogre gnome Anne, and I'm here to introduce you to my super neato friends. We have one Elephane. Who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Ellie. I play games on the internet. This week I've been playing TFT, Teamfight Tactics, and also League of Legends. I actually ranked up in both of those games this week, so that's been pretty good. And my dog's pretty cute. She was just a silly little sausage this weekend. So follow me, twitch.tv/Elephane.
And that's video updates with Ellie. And who do you play in this game?
I play a half-elf paladin of Venus named Arcadia in this campaign. And a little bit of tawdry gossip about her that I'm absolutely not making up on the spot is that the way we ended last session with Zombie Shrek, let's just say that she might have to do a little bit of a wisdom save. She saw those abs and she was like, damn. So, not typically who she'd go for, like the undead and all, but she might be into it. I don't know.
Great. Love to hear it. Everybody roll for fetish. Hey Fenice, who the heck are you, friend?
Hello, I am Finita Starlight. I'm a streamer sometimes, I guess. And I do TTRPGs and some video games and other shit, whatever my ADHD is allowing me to do at that point of my life. Here I play Eden, a wild magic sorcerer and multi-class warlock. And I am a sword still. But we'll get there.
We just got 2 critical successes on roll for fetish.
Which means you're into it and you're into that you're into it.
Yeah. Loha Kilo can hang.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, was the being a sword part of the gossip?
Yeah, it's the obvious gossip.
It's so subtle.
My brain cell is non-existent, so.
Valid.
Yes.
Hey, Adrian Driggs. A sub, thank you. Oh, that was a follow. Thank you.
Oh, I was gonna say, did you just call me a sub?
A sub.
I think we both know I'm a
Adrian
switch.
Driggs, the sub. LARPing as a switch. What? Where can I find you on the internet?
LARPing on TikTok and on all the social media platforms, doing thirst traps like I'm a dom, but I'm a sub apparently. My name is Adrian Driggs everywhere. Look for my LARPs of thirst.
LARPs of thirst. And who do you play in this game?
Be the dom in your own life. I am Titus. Titus is a non-binary artificer with a glass blowing focus. They are a fire genasi, and some tawdry gossip about Titus is they are very into fetish, but they don't know it yet. Anything with manacles that have locks that make them think is a very, very good way to go with Titus.
Manacles.
Manacles, but they can't be like normal manacles because Titus could pick anything in seconds. You got to make their mind churn. I guess that would make them a little.
Manacles are my fetish.
They're like, yeah, they're puzzle box manacles, but like it has to be sapiosexual style. Like you gotta like,
Okay.
make them, have to figure it out.
Amazing. Thank you for the hype trade, friends. Okay, and I kind of fucked up the intro because I was excited and things were happening. But guys, I'm just gonna hop back to our starting screen for a second. Pardon me if the music starts, but I gotta show you guys some pretty cool art. Did y'all see this shit? This is the Be Right Back one. Whatever. Damn it, this one I meant. This one, look at it, look at it. They can hear you, just so you know.
So pretty.
It's so
I love
beautiful. Oh my god. So this is art we commissioned from Glimsprout, an artist that you should follow everywhere because they are freaking incredible. And look, it's all our friends. It's all our friends come to life in the way of the visual instead of the audio. And by all our friends, I also mean Darling, of course, who is,
Obviously.
as we all know, the most important character. This is actually Darling's adventure. Y'all are the NPCs.
Darling commissioned this piece, actually. I don't
That
know
is-
if you knew that.
Actually true. Did
Going
I
to auction to all of Darling's friends.
exactly? Okay. Let's just get right the fuck into it, guys, because things are going on, things are happening. So, for you, out of love, I will do a little recap, which is that you went to find the Winged Blight, a Fey Necromancer, you followed a Fey map, which was very confusing. Met some little guys in the woods who you just didn't fight, instead adopted, and who are now waiting at the perimeter of this fairy's property with Gaius and the horses. Gaius, the horses, and the boggles are out of harm's way. But you are not. You all took a magical shrinking mushroom to become just little guys and enter the bottle-sized abode where this fairy necromancer lives. And you had a little altercation with a displacer. It was fine. It didn't eat you. And then you went for tea. Now, our paladin, narc that she is, immediately clocked that the tea was poisoned with a sleeping draft. But our artificer did not. And Titus is currently conked out honk shoe, me on the table. Now, this isn't an exact replica of what the place looks like because this is Hemlock's house from a different campaign she's in, but it's close enough, and it's mostly vibes here because I needed something for combat. Because you see, just when you thought, your biggest issue was the fact that your host had attempted to poison you, a zombie ogre kicked open the door and asked you what you were doing in his swamp. And that's where we were. Huh. So I'm going to have everyone roll for initiative, including Titus, and then we're going to have to figure that out. We don't have the rights. If you,
Oh no.
Just
Uh,
kidding.
I have go ahead.
if you want to play the Bardcore version, that one doesn't get flagged.
That was just a joke, though.
Yeah,
Just like a silly little meme.
just a silly little meme.
I actually just sang that a cappella. That wasn't.
Wow, you sang so good that the DMCA was like, hey.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Okay, friends, what did we roll?
An 11. Oh, do I need to roll for my little guy?
I'm just going to have your little guy go right after you in the order because that makes it easier.
Brain.
Actually, I'll say you can ask the little guy to go right before you. It just like it has to go like at the same time as you. You know what I mean?
If I'm asleep, then does that mean they just get to go? Or do I have to be awake to cognitively choose to give them an action? I don't know how that works.
You know how you could find out? By reading your character sheet. Arcadia.
Oh.
What'd you roll?
I got a 21.
Oh shit.
Let me see.
Eat it.
Getting their initiative. All right, fat 10.
You still rolled higher than Zombie Shrek. So, okay. And then actually I'm gonna have Hemlock roll as well. Hemlock rolled shit too. My dice are
I have
bad.
some intro music to start our combat. Are
Okay,
you
yes.
ready?
My body is ready.
Okay, first we gotta set the mood, get to set the tone for where we are. All
Yeah.
right. Okay, ready now. Here it is.
I can't hear anything.
You couldn't hear anything?
No.
That's unlucky.
Is this a cappella again?
Yeah. Fooled you, tricked you. What a joke.
The Pants Feet theme. That we do have the rights to.
Mm-hmm.
As a patron of the arts. More like a patron of the farts. Hi, chat. How are you doing? I hope you guys are doing good. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Don't bonk me. I'm a good guy. Cool. So I still can't hear anything. Well, I sing a cappella.
Wait, you can't hear any of this?
Nope.
The fuck, dude?
I can kind of hear like the occasional thing, but it sounds like it's being suppressed.
I'll take off my super. Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear it now.
Fuck. Fine.
Oh my
Here's
God.
the other fight sound.
But now you won't be able to type with your fists like you like to.
Yeah, I
Where
do
you-
tend to enjoy that.
Ooh. Well, Arcadia, you are first in the order. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna fuck this guy up.
Wow.
Literally and figuratively. Okay. Oh, I do have to make a wisdom
Yeah,
save.
give me that wisdom save for sure.
Do a quick. Ooh, okay. 17 plus 5, whatever that is. High, very high.
Yeah, I mean, you decided you were rolling, so I think if it's a roll for fetish, then you're
Yeah.
into it and into it that you're into it.
Okay. So similar to how I did roll in chat, actually, which was a 20. So,
Yeah.
how about, can we take this really good 17 as my attack roll? How about that?
Actually, no. It's
Actually,
so
no.
funny that you mentioned that, because no.
You know, okay, it was worth a try. Even fucking better, an actual 20.
Oh, shit.
I just crit. Oh, that hurt. Okay, very excited. Wait. Let's do cool. Okay, so that's my first attack. So I get up real fucking close to Shrek. For some reason today Arcadia is a G. Like, I don't know why. She's just a bro.
Okay.
But no, she's not. It's just me. Just me. Elephane is a bro. Okay, so Arcadia.
do you want me to move Arcadia's token?
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
And she says, oh, right, because she's very posh. Okay. You are making quite the scene, darling. And she like looks at his abs and kind of blushes. But she takes her rapier and sticks him in the abs.
Oh, fuck. Okay,
Yeah.
give me that roll for damage.
Okay. Damage. 16 times
Shit.
2.
Ooh, -2?
Times 2, because I crit.
Oh, shit. Which is 32.
And then I'm going to use a oh, I crit on that too. Divine Smite. Do
Sick.
an extra 10 radiant damage to him.
Hold, please. Hold for brain processing.
Your beer?
Hold my beer. Me actually looking at a stat block
You're
for once in
Canadian.
my fucking life.
Hold my maple syrup.
Hold my maple syrup. Okay. So you crit on smite damage because if it's rolled damage, so you get to double your whatever you roll.
Ooh la
All of
la. Holy shit.
Okay, so what was that smite damage?
10.
20 of that.
Extra 20.
On top of the 32.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Lamau as just my first attack. I get
52 damage?
Paladins are broken.
Like my soul.
Oh, this makes me happy that I started rolling regular dice because I feel like the dice were seriously like stunting Arcadia's power.
I was
And
so
now I feel
worried that this was gonna be too hard of a combat encounter for you. I'm like, I don't want to TPK them on a meme, but here we are.
Hey, I'm asleep, okay? It's all fine. It's fine. Let the paladin do their thing.
Yep. Sorry. Is there anything else you'd
There's
like
more.
to? Okay,
Yeah, there's more.
By all
How's he
means.
looking though? How's he looking?
So okay, this is a large creature. Like he big,
No,
he thick.
I can't even make this up. There's
Did you crit?
Yup. Just fucking crit it. I saw it
first
I just
before it
fucking crit again. Thank you for these dice, Adrian. Are they loaded?
You know, I got them at TwitchCon.
Yeah, I know.
If they're loaded.
That's fucking funny.
Well,
okay, so I do an extra, so 15 damage times 2, so an extra 30 damage. How's he looking?
Jesus Christ. Okay, so an extra
So
30, so it's
quirky.
82 damage.
Ooh, fucking Lamau, level 3, by the way. Oh, flat 5. Level 5, by the way.
Okay, so okay, tell me what this looks like, because this is 2 attacks, one with a smite, with your
I'm really curious though. Okay, when you hit with a melee weapon attack, you can expend 1 spell slot to deal an extra. So I could essentially smite him again, I believe. It just requires spell slots. But let me see how many
multiple times per turn. Yep.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Jesus.
Oh yeah,
fuck.
and so okay, so sorry, is he still up?
Yeah, he's still up.
Cool, yeah. Let me just smite him again real quick. It's just like for fun.
He's an
Gonna do a
ogre. He doesn't have
wraparound.
counter spell. I don't think you can counter spell a smite.
That's only 2 damage, so 4.
so 4
4
more.
damage.
Okay.
Radiant though. Is he?
You're at, like,
He's not weak to
86.
radiant, which is
Is he not?
interesting.
Okay. That is interesting.
I had to. That's what I had to double check because I didn't know.
Yeah. Fair. Someone
you
who
can.
can math. What's that total up? What's that total up
That's
to?
86 damage.
That's really
So-
cute and funny. Hey, does that count as my bonus action when I smite? It doesn't actually say that it does. It's just a special action. Do I still have a fucking bonus action? That's Lamau. When you hit with it, hang on, Divine Smite special. When you hit with a melee weapon attack, you can expend 1 spell slot to deal an extra radiant damage. That's all it says.
I don't think it's a bonus action. I
No,
think that's
it's
just part
not.
of the attack.
It's not your bonus action. You still have a bonus action. Guys! Okay, I just want to make it. Listen, I just need to. Everybody shut the fuck up and no metagaming from this. I just want chat to know this. The base stat block I'm using was the Tyrannosaurus zombie, which is a challenge level 8. Okay?
That's cute.
I just want everyone to know that for when Arcadia 1v1s this motherfucker.
Yeah.
At level 5.
For sure.
At level 5. That's for a party of 4 level 8 characters that this is supposedly balanced.
Okay, so I think I probably should have cast this on myself, but I didn't really know the sequence of events. This is just Thunderous Smite. So I think I would have had to buff. It says the first time you hit with a melee attack, then
I'll
it's an
allow this
added.
retroactively.
Okay, so
But I think you can't double
Awesome.
smite. You can only smite once.
This isn't a smite.
Oh Jesus fuck. Okay.
No, sorry. This is the So smite, divine smite,
Divine smite,
which is
this
what I
different,
did.
unrelated.
This is
This is
a
his
bonus
cousin.
action spell, thunderous smite. But this would also crit. Is that correct?
Apparently Grey Bay says yes.
Lamau. So
Oh my god. You guys
16, an
can't
extra
tell-
16 damage.
Jesus fuck.
Hee hee. Hee hee ha ha. Hee 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 ha ha.
Okay,
It
16.
did take up. Yeah, that was 16 total. That's doubled.
Okay.
So it was 8.
Here's what happens. The ogre kicks in
Hey
the door.
baby, you looking hot. Bow, 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 bow.
I just feel like Arcadia, as you are walking over, you cast this thunderous smiting yourself, and just like this ripple of sonic force runs down, just almost like a little sonic boon gravitates around you and runs down
I
your
want to
sword.
think it's like a rain cloud is over like a tempest of kind of not necessarily like thunder, but just like a storm. I'm getting the vibe of.
102 damage, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I added 6 and not 16. Okay, so this literal rain cloud. Arcadia's already mad. Titus has been put to sleep. You're not, so you just met your hero and they're sus. They may have tried to poison you, who knows? And the ogre comes in, you're fucking rippling with power. This rain cloud kind of runs down you. I'm gonna say and as the rain hits you, it sort of congeals and coalesces on your sword that is now just starts dripping with ocean water as you move, and that's what hits. And there's a flash of light and a sonic boom on that first contact that just shakes the cottage. All those little vials that are all so neatly on the wall, those mysterious jars with floating bits in them, all just kind of clang against each other. And that's when the second hit comes in with another flash of radiant light and a sea spray that goes out. And you guys look over. Well, I guess not you, Titus. You're asleep still. Actually, maybe that woke you up. You're going to roll a save for that. But Eden, you can look over and you just see Arcadia has scolded and carved into this huge zombie creature, and he's got 2 giant gashes in his abs, and they make a V, and the blood is coming out of the cuts and kind of going down the definition of each ab and further defining it, outlining it in relief. You're welcome. Next in the order is Titus. You're gonna roll me you're gonna do a perception roll with advantage because Arcadia just thunderously smote. Warcadia is in the house. Oh yeah, he's bloodied.
Arcadia.
Well, it's a good thing that it was with advantage because the first one was a 1. 13, I think. Hold on. Show me the log. My system do be slow. 13.
Okay, I'll say that's enough for you to be startled awake, but you still have a bit of a moment. So where you're a little disoriented. So I'm gonna say it takes your bonus action to wake up or whatever.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? You're just, I'm not gonna make you do it mechanically. Just take your turn, but you're a little disoriented, like you just got startled awake from a nap.
Okay. And this thing is not dead, but it's bloodied
Yeah.
AF.
Yes. His little vest has been like cut open and it's just like revealed like at at the cover of a romance novel, and Arcadia's much smaller than him and not giving a single fuck about it. Free action snore. Yeah.
So I want to do something, and it might be a little dramatic.
On this show? Please.
I would like to use my heat metal
Mm-hmm.
on Eden.
On Eden.
Why? You're gonna hurt me, dude.
No. So you can do more damage to Shrek.
No,
right?
you're gonna hurt me. The damage that you're putting is gonna be on my blade.
That is. Could it be like, because usually
Kill Faye
you keep
again.
something- well,
Are you fucking serious? No.
but I thought you heat the metal, and the metal then gets to do damage to something that you've attached or touched with the metal, right?
I am the metal.
But if I'm not heating you enough to melt, then you're just spicy, right?
You just described to me what you're doing in character. So you wake up, you see this bleeding giant zombie in melee combat with Arcadia. You look, Eden is seated, sorted next to you. And what do you do?
Okay, I think I just want to know what like DM ruling would be. If it would hurt Eden, I don't want to do it.
Okay,
I just
would you like to take your turn to do a divination roll and ask God? Or do you want to take an action and fuck around and find out? Those are your options. Or you could ask Eden permission, crazy thing, but you know.
But would Eden know whether or not it would hurt them?
I mean, that's the thing, you gotta ask Eden. Listen, hold on. Time out, guys. I know sometimes in life, you're looking at a situation and you're like, damn, I wish I could just ask a clarifying question to God, the universe. And that's why we have witchcraft, okay?
Well,
But Titus, unless you want to perform some witchery, you don't get to ask, hey, what will be the hypothetical outcome of what I do? Fuck around, find out. That's how it goes.
The reason I ask is it says any creature in physical contact. Technically, Eden is not considered quantifiably as a creature at the moment, so they wouldn't technically
I
take
am an
damage,
animated
right?
sword, so I am a creature. I am an animated sword.
Okay. Then you would take damage. Then I don't want to do it. Okay. That's I guess that was the clarification that I needed, because I was like, is a sword a creature really?
Here's
I
what
don't
I
know.
think happens in game. Titus, you're like, I got it, Eden, I got you. And you start saying the incantation for heat metal, and Eden just like smacks you on the head. It's like, hey.
I'm here for this. That's fine. All right. I was like thinking it would be like the help action, so Eden could do like triple damage or something, but that's not how it works. Okay.
I think at this point you just need to like blow on Shrek and he's defeated.
Right. I would say that like in the spirit of seeing what was already happening and thematically wanting to go with the whole vibe of what's happening, Titus would oh well, I'd have to stand up to make that work because it's a square. And that could hurt you. Never mind. I'm not doing that one. I have so many spells I haven't gotten to use yet on Titus. That's not fair.
So just a quick reminder, your turn is 6 seconds long.
I'm using Scorching Ray. Titus
All
points
right.
at them and casts Scorching Ray at what level is that? 4? Second level Scorching Ray.
Okay.
You have to hit 3
so I think
times.
you
so
you
more.
roll it again.
Yeah, it's three blasts. So there's the first blast, 23 damage.
No, 23
Oh,
to
no,
hit.
to hit. 20 to hit
That hits.
with only 3 damage. Okay, and then I roll damage again.
Okay, you have to roll to hit again.
I thought you had to. I thought you just had to hit damage
Every time?
after that.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, you need to roll to hit every scorching ray
Every
you
roll.
throw, and you have
Okay.
3.
Okay. Well, here's another
But
roll.
it consumes
Uh,
one spell.
Yeah, it just consumes
Yeah.
1 spell
Yeah.
slot. So
Make a ranged spell attack for each ray, it says.
Okay. Okay. Second one, I rolled a 25,
That hits.
and that was 8 damage.
Okay.
And third roll is, well, the third roll was a 10.
That does not hit.
Do they take half damage or no damage?
No damage.
no damage.
No damage.
Okay.
Okay.
So Arcadia,
yeah.
you're in combat, and you just see like whizzing over your shoulder, like little like Roman candles, like pew, pew, and just kind of hits Shrek in front of you. Little splash of blood. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Does the blood hit her face?
Yes, it does.
Uh-huh.
And you just get like a down the side of your face.
She smiles.
Great.
She looks at Titus with blood on her face and smiles.
Terrifying.
Titus is slightly alarmed and a little turned on.
You can
And-
see, I want to make it kind of like canonical that when Arcadia crits, she almost like becomes taken over by this like she's like really channeling her goddess. Like she looks terrifying.
Like berserker mode.
She's
Yeah.
like she looks like crazed.
Yeah,
Is in war mode, yeah.
I say, because you know how Eden gets like galaxy eyes sometimes? I feel like Arcadia gets ocean eyes, where instead, if you just look into her eyes, all you see is like the murky depths of the ocean, as like she's been taken over by the power of Venus.
That's where the
love
terror
that.
comes in for Titus, because water.
Yeah, that, like,
But
oh,
then-
the all-powerful being in front of me who just did 102 damage. That's pretty scary. A water drop. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, Titus is, you know what, like you said, they are a sub LARPing as a switch.
Yeah.
So the powerful, dominant energy is also very attractive. So like
I
Titus
also
is
just
like
think the idea of like, I don't know, something about if you're like crying but having the emotions of like being sad versus, there's like water dripping from her eyes, but she's not crying. Like she's just like smiling about it. Is extra fucking creepy.
Yeah.
how is it looking so far too? Like it was mostly ouchy, and then I added a little bit more ouchy.
Yeah, Shrek's not thriving. Like, his pen pal probably isn't going to hear from him anytime soon. Like, if that's what you're asking. Fiona is somewhere is crying. Zombie Fiona is sobbing.
I would say that, well, with my bonus action, I don't know if it really counts as a bonus action, but Titus would tell our little watch pal
Hey,
in the
Titus.
kitty form,
Yeah, what's up?
that's not great. Would you mind clawing its ass? Like, just like basically I want it to go behind and like provide the help advantage.
Yeah.
Advantage
You want me to flank?
option. Flank it. Flank.
Now,
Yeah, flank
Titus,
his
I don't know
flank
if-
into shreds.
Yeah. Titus, I don't know if you know this about me, but I am in fact a little guy. And that
That's why
is in
you
fact
sneaky,
an
sneaky
incredibly
flank.
large zombie ogre. All
Yeah,
right?
don't attack. Just sneak behind him and flank him
we
from
need to lay
behind.
down
Sneaky.
some rules here, okay? I know I'm technically a homunculus now, but I am autonomous being. You can ask real nice, but I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not here to die today, all right? Maybe
Do you want
tomorrow.
some extra scritches? I have some mouse tea I could provide later. I got a great recipe.
Mouse. I don't, honestly, this whole cat thing's real new to me. Also, I think I saw a tentacled panther in the other room. I'm also not very keen on that. So if you don't mind, I'm actually gonna stay right the fuck here.
All right. Fine. What if you were to just like shoot him from here? I kind of built some cool stuff in for you.
Oh,
I would like to use Force
yeah.
Strike if I can.
All right. All right, just kind of hold me up. Just point me, okay?
Kitty gun, ready?
Kitty
and
gun.
I've got him up like a rifle.
And he starts doing the like the cat hairball thing. you know, where it's like they're just like so dramatic about it. And then what is the spell he casts?
It's called Force Strike.
Sure, what does it do?
It says Force Strike, ranged weapon attack, +4 to hit, range 30. One target you see hits 1d4 plus 2.
Okay, he hits.
It
So
was 5 damage.
5 damage on this little just like a little bubble. I think in my mind.
I'd like to think that like the hawking
It's a
of
fur
hairball
ball.
sounds. It's
Yep.
a fur ball, but like a fiery, flaming fur ball.
It's like a fiery tumbleweed of like fur that is kind of like rolls and like just like kind of rolls across the room, although it's midair. onto Shrek, and it's kind of gross. It's kind of nasty.
It's like slime in a way that wet fire could be slimy. You know, like plasma.
That's fucking nasty. And Shrek doesn't love it. He goes, "Rrrr." Okay, next in the order is Eden. Sorry, I put my drink down on this, and without realizing I'd written on the other side of the page. So now all this random purple ink is bleeding through. And that's anyway. Eden, you are up. This guy's on
up.
death's door. Shout out to that guy for doing 5 damage. It didn't, not really much compared to the 100, but you know what? He did his darndest, and it's close.
I'm
Gotta
gonna
respect the kid
chuck
again.
a chromatic orb on his ass with lightning. And I'm gonna give myself advantage with my Tides of Chaos.
Oh, shit.
Are you fucking with me right now?
What?
Does a 14 hit?
It does.
Oh, fuck yeah, okay, thank God. I rolled a 6 and a 5.
Oh my god.
Yeah. 15 lightning damage.
15 lightning. Oh my god, okay. I'm adding. I can do it. I can do it. I didn't have my meds today, but I do believe in myself, and that should be enough. Oh. Okay, so this lightning, like, orb just kind of, what does it look like when, in my mind, it's like you're lobbing yourself a baseball and, like, hitting it with your own bat of a sword, but I want to know what you think it is.
I am, yeah, that checks out. Like, what I was thinking is, the tip of the sword, like, conjures this ball, and then it just chucks it over, but I like the betting effect.
Okay. You do 15 damage.
Yes.
Bringing our foe has suffered a total of 133 damage. The zombie T-Rex has 136 hit points. And he's still
Well,
up.
Technically I'm not done yet.
Technically. So I'm going to say he falls to one knee. And it's now, Arcady, he's eye to eye with you now. Now he's at your eye level.
Oh, I'm not
But he's
done. I still
he's
have
down on
a
one knee.
bonus action
Yep.
and stuff. So I am going to use my bonus action to use my meta magic to quicken a cantrip and fuck him up again. I'm gonna toll the dead on it. It's a DC 16 wisdom saving throw.
Believe it or not, wisdom, not his strength.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. You rolled a 13 minus 4 wisdom. So to a 9.
Yep. So
Yeah.
that is going to be an extra 24 necrotic damage.
Jesus
I
Christ.
maxed out the thing. I rolled
Okay.
212.
Hold on. This is actually really important. So, okay. 24 necrotic damage. Okay. It's impossible. Only, okay. So the reason I said that is because zombies have an ability called Undead Fortitude, where when they drop to 0 hit points, they can roll a con save against the last damage they suffered, and if they roll better, they come back with 1 hit point. But there's no beating that 24, so it's 5 plus 24. There's no beating the 29 con save damage, even with his very high con and his roll. It would have taken a critical success. And so Zombie Shrek falls to the ground. He reaches up for Arcadia, just kind of clawing at you, and in his last moments just smears the blood on your face with his thumb and pushes a hair behind your ear and then falls down. For realsies, dead this time, and he never got to fucking go.
Lamau. Lamau.
You know what? I'm adding the fucking condition of dead. Condition dead. I don't know how to do that. Well, god damn it. I'm just gonna put a frowny face on him. It says frightened. No, okay, whatever. He's dead. He's gone. Congratulations. You beat my Shrek puzzle. Can I just tell you, okay, guys, I just want to tell you that he had an ability where he coughed up zombie donkeys. He vomited zombie donkeys, and it was called The Donkeys Keep Coming and They Don't Stop Coming. He also had a wisdom drain effect that gave you a bonus to intelligence as it drained your wisdom, called Your Brain Gets Smart But Your Head Gets Dumb.
I'm so sad we didn't get to experience any of this.
That needs like a full sheet stat block to go in that book of yours you're working on, because that is
Honestly, I
absolutely
wouldn't even
gloriously
be.
evil.
I would not even be upset if we re-encountered him in a different time.
You know
because
what?
He
He
is
is
undead.
undead. He can just
He
keep
could
coming
just
back.
come. He could just, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming.
Wow, wait till you find out what all that glitters is gold does. And we could all use a little change. Okay, anyway, this is fine. We did it. Lich Shrek next round. Yes, Maddie. I'm writing that down. That's genius. Lich. Because we've killed Shrek and now we've killed Zombie Shrek. So how long before we kill Lich Shrek?
What comes after a lich?
God.
World eater?
World eating. Go Shrek. Amazing. All right. So Shrek falls to the ground and immediately Hemlock flies over and is just kind of hovering over your shoulder as you're staring down at his undead corpse. And Hemlock goes, "Oh dear, I suppose that one did get away from me. You know, sometimes experimentations go awry, and that's why it's important to keep methodological notes." And she gestures back towards like a bunch of stacks of papers just kind of like thrown around the room.
Speaking of,
Yes.
we've come here to see if you could help us get our friend's body back, or perhaps a new one.
Yes, the sword. All right, well,
We have this lovely Shrek body. We'll happily contribute to the cause as donation of payment, as partial payment, if you would like. We handily brought it right to you, and it is now incapacitated and ready for experimentation.
oh, this was already mine. You think there are zombies that aren't mine? He
It
just
sounds
got out
like
of
it got
control.
Exactly, and we just got it under control for you now, didn't we?
Well, I suppose you did lure it to my cottage, but no, this doesn't count as payment because you see it's already mine. But
Oh, I said partial, just for the service, of course.
goodness gracious, I liked you better when you were sleeping. Now, where were we? Speaking of, would you like some more tea?
I was actually pleasantly surprised from the kick. It had this delicious aroma to it as it went down, and I'm not afraid of a good kick. But I prefer those to be paired with, and then I like spout off a random like sulfuric ingredient instead. Like
Mm,
it usually goes a little bit better with this, in my opinion. It creates this full round experience of
egginess?
indigestion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're gonna get kicked while you're down,
No, I don't think I do.
Which brings me to my next point. Why were you trying to poison us?
Oh, I wasn't poisoning anybody. It's just a sleeping draft.
Thought it was a party drug.
Well,
Right. Well, why did you want us unconscious?
oh, I didn't. I wanted to know if you were Fae.
What does that do?
Everything. Goodness. Well, you see, the Fae and the non-Fae have certain differences in how they work together, how they make deals, how they associate. And so while the Fae tend not to lie, I've noticed that many of the locals here are quite prone to it. Quickest way to find someone out of someone's Fae is to put them asleep or try to put them asleep magically. It's not foolproof, but it does work.
Will it cause me any other ill effects other than sleep?
Oh no, I charge good money for this sleeping draft. Some
I mean,
people
I had
always
some
been-
pleasant dreams. I wasn't very long, but it was a lovely trip. I must say, I was not disappointed.
I've always been curious about something. And she sort of reaches for her cup. And she takes a sip.
Amazing. It's a little lukewarm now. There's kind of maybe a bit of like a drop of blood that kind of drips into it from your face. But other than that, you seem immune to its effects. Oh. How are you feeling?
Fine, I guess. A little surprised.
She like flies up to you and starts doing this. Follow my finger. Pupils are normal. Huh. You're Fae.
Interesting.
Oh, is this new information to you?
Well, yes, I suppose so. I always knew I was a bit different, but Eden is the first Fey creature that I know of to have met.
Yes, well, I suppose I'll just have to take your word for it because it's very difficult to get a sword to drink tea. I've tried.
I'm Faye. I come from the Court of Roses in
Oh,
the Spring Court.
Spring Court.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not a huge fan of the courts. They're a little stodgy for us in the wildlands, but I think the Spring Court might be my favorite.
Well, I appreciate that. We're definitely the least rule-centric. We hate rules, so
Yes.
yeah.
And I do appreciate that. And, much less judgmental about my experimentation than most of the other courts. Except for the Summer Court, they were always good for that. Excellent resources, but very cagey with their information. Not like the Spring. They don't stop talking.
Yeah, we love talking. We love gossip.
Yes.
Arcadia looks visibly excited when you mention gossip.
Oh gosh, well. So, you're from the Spring Court.
Mhm.
Now, what are you doing here?
That is a long story, which I have forgot most of.
Forgotten?
Mm. Yeah, somebody took my memory and kicked me out to survive in the wilderness of the Feywilds. And from there, I found a way to cross over here. I guess
Yes,
a momentary portal or something. I don't know.
the wildlands used to be full of portals, but that was a long time ago. The portals have been closed. They're all closed now.
Mm, yeah. Yep, that's what we've been told.
You know, there's actually a portal near here. That's why I set up residence, and it's a bit of a hub of wild magic. Good fun. Lots of great experimentation. The ground is fertile, has the sort of growth and chaos that I miss, but wherever the portal is, it doesn't open. Planes can be funny that way.
So you know that the portal is there, but it's currently closed.
Yes. I'm sure you saw some of the creatures in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
There are all sorts of fey manifestations that appear here, and they only appear where the planes touch. But I just know where they are, but the actual location of the intersection, though I've been searching for a very long time, but I haven't quite found a way to open it up.
Mm. Interesting.
So you've tried.
Oh, yes. Yes, so, well, you know, I'm a bit
Yeah.
older than I look. I've been here quite a while. And sometimes we're not mortal like you are. Well, like you are. And she looks at Titus. But
Titus is like, I'm mortal. What?
you know, there is still a lifespan to parts of us.
Mm. Yep. Especially here in the material plane.
Dreadful, isn't it?
Mm.
Yes. Great
Yeah,
mushrooms.
I just found
though.
that out. I didn't know
What did you find?
that we can die here. At least. Yeah.
But you're not dead, are you? You're a sword, which isn't quite the same thing.
Well, I technically didn't die on the material plane. Perhaps in other dimension. Somewhere that was not on this plane.
Interesting.
Mm.
Hold, please. And she flies away and comes back with a notebook and starts madly scrawling in like Sylvan shorthand. And asks you, she's gonna ask you every single thing about your experience dying, all the things you saw, and just like let me know, how much do you tell her?
I don't lie. I want her complete and full, like, at least just if I give her all the information, I would be able to get as much insight as I could with giving her all the knowledge that I have.
Yeah.
So at this point, like, I'm no bullshit. I tell her exactly what happened little by little and answer all of her questions.
And could you give me an insight roll?
I'm gonna re-roll that. I'm gonna use one of the 4 inspirations from last time. Oh, come on. Nope, I just am a sword. I'm just tired.
You know those
8.
days when sometimes
8
you're just a
insight.
sleepy little sword.
8 insight.
Even with an 8, you see that the more you talk, the more like interested they become. They start talking faster and leaning in, kind of like forgetting about personal space and like getting really close to you and asking clarifying details, making you repeat things, asking about things like the shades of the colors in the pool you saw, the nature of the silver cord, what your experiences were like in the in-between time, what killed you, what happened to your body, what it's like being a sword, lots of questions about like how much you can sense, and just like very, very like it's become quite academic, but like with the sort of like fervor of someone who's a bit obsessive.
Well, I'm happy that they're excited.
Wonderful. Well, this is going to be fascinating for my research. You see, it sounds like you are actually caught between planes of existence. Isn't that fascinating?
That's what I thought.
A soul between planes. A soul that was in just the right place when it was supposed to leave, passed through the astral sea to return to the Feywild, but the portals were closed, and yet somehow it was tethered to both sides. Huh. You know, hold on. I need, and then they just fly away and then go into their study, like around the corner, and close the door behind you, leaving the three of you alone with the displacer creature. Boop.
Titus leans over to Eden and says, "When should I tell them about the book I got from the library? I think they need it, but I want it to be a bargaining chip."
Well, let's just wait and see what they have to say about the situation, and then we'll definitely have to repay for the favor that they're doing. So
Of course.
it's
Of
good to
course.
keep it as an option, that is for sure.
Eden,
I also, yes?
does it seem like they're doing us a favor at this point?
Nobody has necessarily mentioned favors yet, but I believe that it will come up for sure.
They seem naturally very curious about this, very interested and intrigued.
I
Maybe
mean,
we
to be
can-
honest, it is a very peculiar situation. So if they like researching peculiar things, this is definitely one of them. Those cases.
Your things.
Let's keep their interest.
Oh yeah, if I thought that as they showed interest in studying this sword and whatever is happening that is tied to the sword, myself and my patron Archfey, well, I believe that I could always volunteer as my own payment. Does that make sense?
No, actually, what do you mean?
Well, maybe, I can let them study me in exchange for getting me back.
Yes. Study you how? They seem very interested in Titus.
I don't know. However they would do it. I have no idea how one would go about studying a legendary sword that is containing 2 souls.
Me neither.
Meanwhile, Titus has set a timer on the clock that's set into the chest of the kitty and made some more tea and took another sip of the tea.
Great, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yes. But they set a timer specifically on the cat's watch so that they would wake them up. Yeah, they got us. They got a 10.
Yeah. Conk.
Yep.
Funk.
Timer is set for 2 minutes.
And the cat's doing a little tap dance on the table, waiting for you.
Perfect.
Now, I don't know what I'm supposed to do at the end of 2 minutes, but I know something's gonna happen. It's gonna be a surprise to all of us.
Also, I sent DM maybe a little DM for the DM
Yep.
as a thought.
Yep.
Eden, while we're alone, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Hemlock said that I was Fae, but I have lied, and I can lie.
Hmm.
It doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know either. I do believe that half elves do have some Fey ancestry, but even the elves that are here and have been born here in this plane are not considered Fey by our standards. So I wouldn't know what makes you different.
Interesting.
Maybe it's connected to where you're from.
That reminds me. I miss the beaches and the ocean.
Mm. Perhaps if we ever go back, we could ask how you came to be.
Well, I came to be as all children of Venus come to be through the ceremony.
Hmm. Maybe there was something different.
I'm not sure, but yes, maybe. She kind of trails off.
Because you are not from the Feywilds or the Fey realm, correct?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, then I don't know. Maybe it is related to the Isle of Suphos and the fact that it is almost like a mythical place here.
Titus, what does the homunculus do when the alarm goes off?
So it's been 2 minutes now. Yeah. It starts first ticking. Kind of sounds like a bomb. And then from there it starts squeaking like a bird. And then from there it starts sounding like something is breaking, but instead of breaking, it like bubbles up mechanically into the sound of like the most beautiful sounding symphony piece you've ever heard. But like it's mechanical at first until the mechanics itself like tone first discordantly, and then somehow the discordant tones like merge together into creating like the perfect tones of like a symphony that starts. And Titus like you know, those are some very Shrek interesting related dreams I just had.
Oh.
I feel like, you know, I need some of this tea to go home with me.
The homunculus leans in. He's like, Titus, I've been doing so much eavesdropping while you won't sleep. You would be. It's crazy what people talk about when they think you're not around. I got you, bud.
Perfect. And I like slide them a little like cat treat from my pocket.
Yeah,
Thinking
they
that they'll like
smack it
cat
off
treat.
the table and throw it to the ground. Hell yeah. Where'd the fairy go?
Good question.
They went in the other room.
Oh,
They
okay.
said that they wanted to look something up, but I'm not sure.
Titus pulls the book out of their pocket and opens it, and then really loudly says, "Man, this book on portals and astral projection is sure interesting." Exceptionally loud.
Nothing happens.
Did they say to? Yeah, Eden. Sorry. Did they say to follow them, or that they were coming back, or?
From what I remember, they said, I just need to go check something. And they went the other room. So I don't know.
Titus
if
gets
that
up and
meant-
tries the door to see if it's locked.
It's not locked, but it's a little jammed. So it gives a little, but it doesn't like open easily.
Winged Blight. Is everything okay over there? Do you need any help?
You hear a rustling inside, but nothing else.
Titus, ever the handy them, pulls out one of their woodworker set of tools and starts fixing the door so that it'll open and close smoothly instead.
Great. Yeah, give me a roll for that. An intelligence roll with proficiency.
Okay, intelligence. Just a regular intelligence roll.
And then you add your proficiency, which is +3 right now.
Okay, it's 20. It's actually a +4. Oh, my
Oh.
intelligence proficiency is +4. I got a 22 intelligence roll.
Damn. Okay. So yeah, you're
25 total.
yeah, you got
25 total,
25. Yeah,
yes.
you just like the fawns this guy, so you just like kind of go like tap tap on the door, and suddenly it's like freely swinging on the hinges. Do you open
Like
it?
smooth as butter.
Yeah.
Titus like opens it just a crack to test, like with their hand against the door and the hand on the handle, like open it just enough to confirm that there's no squeak, and opens and closes it a few times, just like, and then closes it back up.
Great, you do that.
And then Titus turns and looks at them and like, "Oh, we should probably go through this, huh?"
Yes, Titus. Why don't you peek your head through?
Titus lightly knocks on the door and says, "Oh, illustrious one of great terror, we would like to come in."
No answer.
Titus opens the door.
The whole way? With which hand? No, I'm sorry. No.
Yes, the whole way. Titus, and it opens like butter. Like this door is on hinges of sex. It's just smooth and lubed, you know? Perfectly opens.
Please
No
never do
creak.
TaskRabbit.
What the fuck is TaskRabbit?
That's okay. Great. The door swings open smooth as lube. And all of you can see inside as a dozen eyes all turn at once to face you. All around the room, suspended in midair, tied to the floor, to the ceiling. And at first, what you think is like spider webs, like victims cocooned in a spider web. But on closer inspection, you see is mycelia, the root networks beneath mushrooms that have entangled throughout this room a network of bodies, animated. And at the far side of the room, you see your fairy necromancer standing attached so that these mycelium networks are wrapped around their arms. And as they turn, all the bodies turn with them.
Cute.
Oh, what cute little critters. What a lovely collection. I really like what you've done with the place.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, you want to insight check this? Yeah.
Well, no, I want to see. I get the impression that they are like plugged into the network to gather information. So I want to know, like, to not disturb them.
I'll just give you that. That is the impression you get. The fact that these things are moving together, it seems to be some sort of hive mind. And you don't really know what it is, but you know that like the fairies doesn't seem to be particularly responsive to you, like doesn't seem to be asking, doesn't seem to be totally aware of what's going on, except moving with these creatures. And with that, we're going to take a quick little break, just with that little bit of nightmare fuel for everyone's little brains. Enjoy.
Titus wants more tea.
Titus is like, I'm over this. I'm going to go dream about Shrek. But don't worry. I have some beautiful art to keep you company. Mics are hot. And so are you. Yay! It says it on the overlay. I love it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's much more of a holy shit. Just like, whatever. Okay. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Be Gay, Do Crime, the D&D campaign where Fajoli donates $50 for reasons. I give everybody inspiration, including Fajoli. Arcadia, Eden, Titus, the DM, and Fajoli, who is a canonical NPC somewhere in the world right now, all gain inspiration. Fajolspiration. Fuelspiration. Fuelspiration? Yeah, fuelspiration.
Fuelspiration.
Okay. Bow, bow. All right, friends. Once last we spoke, you were all just casually stepping in on Hemlock in their study, which does seem to be filled with corpses in a net of fungus suspended around the room that are all animated as a hive mind. Whoops-a-toodle, they all turn towards you as you open the door.
You know what? I feel like we stepped into something that we shouldn't have. So I'll go chill with the displacer beast.
Yes, I'm not sure we should disturb them.
I certainly am not.
Titus says, yes, very, very lovely. Would hate to interrupt. Clearly making progress here. And slowly closes the door.
Okay. Goodbye. I don't know. You just went black.
Goodbye.
My camera keeps dying. I know.
Goodbye. I
Keep
miss
going.
you.
I'm here. I'll just switch to the other camera.
No, I miss your face. Okay. And so you're back. You kind of just like, I guess, cuddle up by the fire. The displacer beast kind of looks at you and does a little roll of its shoulders before like nuzzling back down by the fire. And mostly just leaves you alone now. But you've got a bit of quiet time. What would you like to do?
I want to take a rest.
You can take a short rest.
Okay.
So I'll say everyone gets a short rest.
It doesn't do much for me, but I'll take it. I'll take it. So, what am I talking about? I'm a warlock now. I can refresh some stuff.
Yeah.
That's true.
You're a nap time magic person.
That's true.
That appears to be a closet
Oh,
full
and I
of
can
nap-
actually use some hit die because I also did. Yeah, give me some of that. Nice, full health again. Let's go. Take a short rest. Confirm. Let's go.
And just confirming, so this short rest does not affect our spell slot, correct?
I don't. That depends on your class.
Oh,
So I
Okay,
don't think it
I'll look
does
it
for you though.
I'll look at
Yeah. You don't like regain your spell slots like you would in a long rest, is what you're. Adrian's gone to the dark side. You look like a Sith Lord right now.
I know. I'm trying to like. This is my old camera that I've had for like 8 years that I'm using as a backup because the GoPro's dying
Oh.
and it's not great.
I love how it's made you gray instead of red. So it's like the opposite color of where you're supposed to be.
I can bring me some color back. Wait, here we go. Oh,
That looks more like
that's not bad.
Adrian. I
That's
like
not bad.
Medusa to Adrian there.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone, just tell me what you do narratively during your little hour-long nap time break. You don't have to actually
I
nap.
just take some tea-assisted nap break.
Titus dreams of Shrek next to Shrek's corpse.
Well, not just Shrek now. Shrek and maybe some Arcadia.
Oh shit. And Eden and Arcadia, what do you do?
I am going to be. I honestly might go and check on Vice.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. What does that look like?
Probably what I have done so far, which is find that connection that unites us
Mm-hmm.
until I feel them.
Okay, so you go into like a meditative state to kind of go inwards, and you go into your own consciousness and you feel your patron, Vice the Archfey. You feel their presence. I would say in your mind, but it's adjacent to your mind. It's just something shared within you in a way that's difficult to articulate. But yeah, that's it. You can just feel their presence. What do you say?
Vice?
Eden. There you are.
Are you still there?
I believe I am. What's left of me.
I'm trying to find a way to get us out of here.
Yes, that would be lovely, but some riddles can only be solved by their riddlers. I worry that I might be one of these, but you, I think we can save.
You can't. You can't leave me.
Eden, it's you who are going to leave me, as you should.
No, I never wanted to.
Eden, my champion. You can leave this container, this pseudo body, and our connection will likely be severed. But Eden, we have been severed before by far greater blades than this. I didn't mean to, and I don't know why. But it seems I've followed you across dimensions, child. Don't assume that something as little as death could come between us.
I will find you every time.
I know you will. But you can't do that if you're a bloody sword, so get out of here first.
I'll do my best.
I'm afraid I think I need to rest again. Things are getting a little gray around the edges.
Rest. I'll check on you later.
Good night.
Good night.
And their presence fades.
If a sword can cry, it would be crying right now.
Yeah. I think maybe the sword can't literally cry, but like, especially with Arcadia's empathy abilities from, your goddess, you would be aware of Eden's like emotional state. Titus is asleep.
I want to engage with that RP, but I also so simultaneously, I want to say that while Eden is having that,
Yeah.
Arcadia is her downtime. She wants to do a bit of research.
Okay.
So she's kind of just perusing anything in our room, like any titles that might look interesting to her, any notes that might look interested to her, and she is particularly interested about her potential Fae ancestry, her background, anything about Sappho's, anything about her goddess. And the languages that she speaks are Celestial, Common, Elvish, Primordial, and Sylvan.
Okay. There will be quite a bit in Sylvan and Elvish and Common. There's a handful of primordial tomes, but I think the most interesting one Titus already found. But why don't you give me an investigation check?
18 plus 1, 19.
Okay, you find lots in this library. It's not organized in any way that you can see, but there's just so much here that seems interesting to you. A lot about Fae. A lot of it is specifically about the wildlands and like the way the wildlands work. You gather that they often act as a hub of sort of like a way to get between planes, similar to the way the astral sea does in a way that's a bit strange. So there's lots of things there about that. Thank you, Descat. In addition to that, you find some things about chaos goddesses, but nothing that says specifically Sapphos. Although there are some things that like love goddess seems to fall under the heading of chaos goddess. So you find some stuff for that. If you might need to take a little longer to read through that though. And so I'll say let's say you get 3 relevant books, that good roll. You get one about chaos goddesses, one about the wildland portals, and one that's just about like Fae lineages. It's more like a ledger of like Fae ancestries and houses and things like that.
Fucking dope.
Dope.
So, all right.
So you're having this dope investigation, and then you feel this wave of sadness coming from poor Eden Sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like there with your book saying like, oh.
Eden? What's the matter? I feel like I've been hit by a truck.
What do you mean?
This
wave of sadness just suddenly hit me, and well, I'm sort of connected to people that I've, performed heart ceremonies with, and quite attuned to their emotions. And so, what's happened?
I was just checking on the archfey I share the sword with, and I'm scared they will just fade away before we get this done. And I lost them once. I don't want to lose them again.
Maybe we could find a container for him as well.
Yes, we'll see. I would like to. But I don't know if it's possible. I don't know how they got here. They said that they followed me, but I don't know how is that possible.
Does that mean that they died as well?
It's possible.
And are they currently in the Feywilds?
I don't think so. They're in this horde. I don't know if their body is there, if it's still there. But their soul is here. And from what we figured, a body is nothing without the soul. And the soul is trapped here. And it's about to fade. I don't know what to do.
At that moment, the door of the study bursts open, and our little fairy necromancer flies out. She goes, "Hello, how are you? Sorry about that. I got a bit Oh, is there like I don't care. Excuse me." And she flies over Titus and like kicks the side of your head a couple times. Wiki wiki. You're muted.
Sorry. Titus jerks awake and like a little like flash of fire sparks at their fingertip. Jerks off.
Sorry.
Jerks up, jerks awake. Jerka. And a little flash of fire like sparks at their fingertips as they like, oh. Yes.
Fascinating.
I didn't touch the tea. I'm sorry. I took a little bit. It's really good. I lied.
Oh, yes. Yep. You folk love doing that. So, I've got some good news and some bad news. What would you like first?
Bad news first, please.
Okay. Don't know about that whole soul cop between realms thing. Not really sure how that works. I tried sorting through my knowledge. I do know quite a bit, and I'm running out of places to store it. So, it's possible I know and just can't remember, but no, I don't think I know how to do that. Now, do you want the good news?
Sure.
Yeah.
I am quite confident that I can remake your old body and put you inside of it. Isn't that exciting?
That's very exciting. Yeah.
Yes. Now, of course, this is an incredibly difficult process that only a very skilled caster like myself could do. So there is the matter of payment.
How much?
Goodness, well, I suppose you didn't bring your own material components. They never bring their own material components. No, I've got a supply, but that will have to just be rolled into the price and... You know, I think it just might be too expensive. I don't think you can afford it.
What would you be interested in?
I don't really need much. I've got my little cottage. I'm quite happy here. Relatively speaking.
You like knowledge, do you not?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of, and I list the exact name and author from the book that I have with me?
No, I don't think I have.
How would you not say that knowledge of a book on astral plane and projection that you've never heard of before might be of great value because it is completely new knowledge?
It would definitely help if we're trying to get that soul dislodged. Yes, that could be interesting. Yes, but it's not quite enough to make a whole body. That will take me a full day's work. I have many things to do. Who will tend my garden?
What if speaking of knowledge, you seem to be quite interested in functionality of me and my servant.
Who you call it a servant? Yes, I am.
If I were to, perchance, offer the opportunity for a closer look at great depths.
At what?
Myself and my inner workings, if you will.
It's been quite a while since I had a living dissection subject. That could be useful.
Oh, and I am heavily similar to you in my desire to understand the cogs of how things work. So I can't say that this is the first time for me as well, but I would, as long as I can stay awake.
So, let me understand. You are offering to be dissected, but you would like to remain conscious.
Yes, I mean, I am also a humble Patreon of knowledge and seeking
Subscribe on
new
Patreon.
information. Subscribe, like and subscribe, join the Discord. I while I have obviously done to some extent my own work, I would be flattered for the opportunity to watch a master such as yourself do such work.
Now, how attached are you to remaining alive the whole time? A vivisection is a bit limiting in how much detail. It's very difficult to remove the organs, which I find are often very helpful. But I'm sure I could put them back how I found them, and maybe it would get better.
I mean, I would even be open to them being back in a different configuration if you saw fit to improve upon the current structure.
Interesting.
I am not one to say no to progress.
So what I understand is the payment you're offering is a book that I have not read, and your own body for experimentation.
Yes, as long as I get to be in on any of the findings and notes that you find therein.
I'm still the principal investigator, but we can talk.
Yes, you principal
byline.
investigator. I just get to read the notes.
Yes. Hmm. I'm interested. This is new. This is novel. But one more thing.
Would it sweeten the pot if I told you that the reason that we are in this circumstance was that I was the demise of said femme friend over there. Somehow breathing fire at which tempts that of a dragon that I have never done before, nor since. And yes, I've tried.
Ooh, a dragon. I thought you might be a dragon.
Absolutely. I was not inclined to think the same, but it has become quite concerning that that might be the case. So
You know,
it's
the dragons went missing the same time the portals closed. Isn't that funny?
Do you know when exactly that was?
Oh, at least several weeks ago. Or perhaps months. Or decades. I don't.
Well, I did come through like 3-4 months ago, so there was definitely at least like a
Wait.
momentary.
Stop.
Huh?
You came from the Feywild months ago.
Yeah,
Months!
months.
You had an open portal.
I didn't have an. I mean, I
You
was just trying to like not die in the Feywilds, and I got inside a trunk of a big old gnarly tree, and
But there are
on the
no
other
portals here. That's the
Yeah.
problem. There are no portals. You're telling
Well-
me you had an open portal and you just left it.
I didn't know.
Where is it?
I mean, I guess I could bring you back to the woods if you wanted to.
Yes. We'll go now. Right now. They start flying out the door.
We might
Yeah,
be able
let's
to
go.
get there faster if Eden had their body back.
Fairy
I
turns around.
mean, you want. I can show you the way and the portal I came through if you help me out. Would that be an amiable exchange?
Here's the deal. I will recreate your body as it was, roughly near the time of your demise. And I will just kind of smush your soul back in there best as I can, although it may be tethered in some part on another realm still. In exchange, I get to cut you open, and points to Titus, get your book.
Titus like winks at them.
Yes, excellent. And if you ever find a portal to the Fey realm, you must promise to bring me with you. You must give your word as a Fey to bring me with you.
I'll prestidigitate my Sylvan name in the air.
You have a deal. Come back in 24 hours. I don't know when that is. Goodbye. Oh,
And Titus like
they hand out,
like,
put their hand
turns
over
his, like-
bones.
Oh yeah, Arcadia just
Bones,
takes
please.
a fucking femur out of her backpack.
Thank you. I'll keep these for my soup.
Titus says, "Do you want to do this after?
I'm busy.
Or...
Working.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Could we sleep here?
They close the door behind them and they're gone.
Like
Heidi's-
of their study or of their cottage?
No, they go back into their study.
Study.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm just going to tell you, you have 24 hours. They're not coming out of this room for 24 hours. You can take a long rest. You can do what you want.
I would like to actually go back to the woods and try to find the gnarly tree I came through.
It wasn't in the
It's
same
still
woods that you're
there.
in now, so you wouldn't be able to
It's
get
in
in
the
there.
Meadow
No,
Woods.
it would have to be
Okay.
another. Yeah, it's another
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Can we get there? In
But we
24
got
hours?
a
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Is that enough
on the other
time?
It's
side
more
of the
than a day
city.
away, for sure.
Okay.
It's more than a day away. Okay.
Yeah. It's more than a day away.
Away.
Hello, Roll Positive Gaming. Welcome, beautiful, beautiful interlopers. We're just making deals with Faye. What are you up to?
Arcadia would like to take a long rest.
Nap time.
Nap time.
You do have a giant corpse of Shrek in the room still. Are you gonna
Cute. Yeah, I guess we'll go. I'll
Looted at least.
Loot it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What does,
Loot the glutes.
okay, hold on. What does Shrek have?
Yeah.
What
I would say
does
that he has
Yeah,
waffle
also-
mix.
No, that's Donkey. And he hadn't vomited Donkey yet. He maybe has haggis.
That seems
Haggis is
on
good.
brand. Wait, no, he literally swallows a lightning bolt.
Okay, that's in the okay, fine. He has a lightning bolt and haggis.
Sick.
Sick. What does Shrek eat? Onions. He also has an onion.
Oh, true.
Onions of layers.
Yeah.
All right, is any of this cool or interesting, or is it just like,
Fluff.
you know, when you loot something in an RPG and it's like gray and that's like the shittiest tier?
You know what? I say the lightning bolt is not gray. There's a lightning
Okay.
bolt in his pocket. Is that a lightning bolt
I-
in your pocket? Are you just happy to see me?
Excited to see me.
Can Arcadia inspect the lightning bolt?
Yeah. Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
There's no way.
You're so loud. Can I help you?
There's no way.
What? No way.
This is my 4th crit tonight.
These dice are
I got a
fucking broken.
21.
Yeah. Okay, so you know exactly what this is.
And it's a waste on a fucking Shrek loot lightning bolt, but whatever.
This is the most important roll of the game.
Mhm.
It's a spell scroll of Call Lightning. It's a one-time use Call Lightning.
Nice.
It's a good spell. Don't frown at me.
Me? Was I frowning?
Oh, maybe that was just your face.
That was my typing face. I was typing it.
Thought process.
Oh.
Oh yeah, there is also a wax candle that came out of his ear. That is in there. It
Yeah.
doesn't do anything. Actually, you know what it does? You also find that, and it's the wax candle of eavesdropping. And if you light it, you can hear what's being said near it anywhere.
That's actually cool.
Yeah, I made it up right now.
That's pretty cool. All right. Arcadia's going to offer. Does anyone want this? Well, actually, she's going to keep the eavesdropping because she's a little gossip. But to the Call Lightning scroll, she's going to offer that up. She'll take it if anyone doesn't want it, but she just it's
Sharing is caring.
I mean, I'll take it. When I have hands, this will be fantastic.
Yes, you do like lightning, don't you?
I
All right,
love
do you, want,
it.
do you want me to hold on to it for you?
Yes.
I would
Alrighty.
like to say that Titus turns to the our little panther friend and says, "Hungry," and then looks over to Shrek's corpse and then looks back at them. And
The-
would you prefer it cooked? Because I can flambe to the nth degree of perfect levels if you'd like. How do you prefer it?
The displacer does like a big stretch and then just like stretches out its little tentacles like
I can chop it up too.
and then just does the thing where it's like, you know how cats do that thing where they walk like just against your legs? It does that, except that its Like you're
Huge.
looking at it, it's 3 feet to the left, but you feel it like brush against your legs because it's being a little
Titus like leans
displacer.
into the brush and like reaches down and kind of lightly scritches it as it passes.
Displacer purrs. And you, it kind of like paws at the Shrek corpse and goes, and just kind of like nudges it and goes, does the thing where it starts sniffing it.
Titus uses control flame and like creates like a torch with one finger, like superheated focus torch, and then starts cutting out a nice flank chunk for him. And then pulls it out and then just like sears it so it's like medium rare, which is basically rare on the inside and just lightly seared on the outside, and then dangles it with like
Okay, give me an intelligence roll with your proficiency bonus because this is a cooking roll. Because I don't think this displacer would typically eat zombies, but if you can make
cooked
it
it a little.
appetizing,
I
can.
got a what?
Oh, that's a 19. That's really
19?
good.
yeah, he just starts like do that. He just like smacks it with the tentacle and just kind of like hump.
Titus just continues to carve off slices of meat in like perfect succession, like I've been to a butcher's before.
And he does the thing that like cats somehow do where they like lick something and then it disappears. Like they eat like chunks by licking, which is freaky to me because cats are terrifying.
Yeah, little sandpaper teeth.
Yeah, a little sandpaper tooth on the panther tongue. Great. So you fed the cat. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'd like to read the book that I found.
I'm gonna also
Earlier.
read my books. But
Okay.
you go ahead, Adrian.
Titus have made more tea, but like toned it down enough so they could stay conscious enough to read the book before taking their 8-hour nap.
Okay, you read the book. Oh, okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Now, I don't know if you guys remember this, but this book has a dramatic monologue in it. Are you ready for some dramatic monologuing from me?
Is this the one that stole some of my memories, or is this different?
No.
Okay. Yes. Prepare the monologue.
Okay. Now you've heard this monologue before, but maybe, well, we'll see. We'll see if you remember this. Everybody limber up for a lore dump. Are you ready? Everyone, okay? Exposition. In the house, I gotta stand. We're doing readings. Can I get a bullshit fantasy background music? Okay, two bullshit. Not that jaunty. More
Two
cosmic.
bullshit.
Yeah, more cosmic. Here we go. Are you ready? Okay. At first, there was only chaos, an infinite pool of churning blackness with wild magic surges like solar flares, sparking, creating, transmuting, and destroying. But the magic grew restless in the way magic does, and its randomness found patterns. The magic coaxed its tsunami of power into rivers that coursed through the darkness, eroding the nothing into valleys and streams that would become the foundations of the arcane schools. The flows of magic wore grooves into the fabric of the universe, fracturing into 4 rivers. Transmutation, she who changes. Abjuration, she who reigns. Evocation, she who unleashes. And conjuration, she who creates. Each stream took it with it one of the 4 elements. Transmutation took the water. Abjuration took the wind. Evocation took the fire. And conjuration took the earth. They traveled infinitely in opposite directions, taking their elements far from chaos's watchful eye. But transmutation was clever and knew she could not shape chaos's magic without being destroyed. She needed abjuration to shield her. And so they found each other. Abjuration knew she could not harness without first unleashing that power, and so they called evocation to their side. Evocation knew she could not unleash what had never been made, and so they summoned conjuration to the meeting. There, at the edge of infinity, the four daughters of chaos made a plan. Conjuration would create a world from nothing, and evocation would set it on fire. Abjuration would contain the fire and protect the sisters as transmutation molded the magic into a series of planes, worlds, and creatures. And so conjuration called upon the nothing, and matter was born, being whipped around in a vortex of energy like a handful of sand in a dust devil. Evocation tapped into chaos's well of power and set matter ablaze, and it grew and grew until energy and matter began to merge and threatened to pull the sisters in with it. Then abjuration stepped in, shielding them, holding the power steady. Now, transmutation, now you can shape the universe. But transmutation was a deceitful being, and she only smiled. Transmutation, you need to shape the power. I can't hold it much longer, pleaded abjuration, while conjuration and evocation looked on in horror. And so you shall not, said transmutation. Conjuration, realizing her sister's betrayal, attempted to recall matter, but it was too late. Evocation had set it ablaze. Evocation, with dawning terror, attempted to harness her power, but she was not made to contain. Abjuration held the vortex at bay as long as she could, until her being began to fracture, and as she was torn apart, she spoke her final words. I could not be more than I am, and so I am nothing. And she, evocation, and conjuration were pulled into matter and lost to the cosmos. And as the vortex reached for her, transmutation reached for it, calling into it shapes and designs, a world that could grow and create, expand and destroy. She plucked from her sisters each element and then offered it to her new creation. She watched in amazement as seeds grew into forests and burnt to the ground, as mountains grew and erupted, as tornadoes and earthquakes fractured the world, toppling it only to have it rebuilt once more. Her fascination grew into obsession until she could not bear to do anything at all but observe her handiwork. And when even that was not enough, she plucked the water from her soul and drowned the world, until it was more ocean than land. As the cycles of destruction stabilized, she knew her time had come. And so, transmutation left eternity to join her sisters in the world of their making.
Titus is absolutely enraptured.
So that is what you read.
In Primordial, specifically, though.
Yes, this is all written in Primordial.
I think this is an original edition.
Written by Chaos themselves.
Transmutation themselves.
Yeah. Awesome soliloquy. Thanks, Maiken. So just call back. You did hear this before in session 0, but this is your reminder of the creation myth of this world. So the book you found has this information in it, so you just have this as reference now. The book is called The Betrayal of Transmutation.
Titus really connects with evocation and is extremely mad at transmutation right now. Freaking water signs.
Great. And while we're doing lore dumps, Arcadia, I say you can have time to thoroughly look at one of the books that you found. Which one would you like to look at? You don't get another monologues. I don't have another one prepared, so.
All right. The one about the the wildlands,
Yeah.
and specifically curious about if anything is mentioned about that that creature, the
Chiton?
yeah,
Chaton? I don't know how it's pronounced. Fenice says it right and I don't.
Shin?
Muted.
that, yeah. Me muted?
No, Fen is.
Oh,
Keaton.
Chaton. I like that better.
okay, yeah. I'm looking for that, but anything you want to give me is cool. Do I need
Okay.
to roll?
So, yeah, you find a lot about just the sort of like essentially about how the planes work, that you have these separate planes of existence that don't intersect, and they're very like, if you think of it like pieces of plywood, like they're thick, they're solid, they're opaque, you can't just like pass through them for the most part, but there is like, magic that can allow you to typically move between them. And then you have the Fey Wildlands, which is the Wildlands area of the Feywild Plain, which is like more of a sieve than a plank. Like there's all sorts of stuff going on in there where typically it's a lot more like porous, like things pass through. There is, you've heard of the Realm of Day and Realm of Night. In the Feywild. And then there are the other planes of existence and the astral sea, which is sort of like the goo that connects them all, the sinew of the universe. And it kind of passes through all that. So pretty much all interplanar activity that happens in the Feywild happens through the Wildlands. Unless it's a very powerful caster who can do it elsewhere. So the fact that no one can go to the Feywild is like means that not only did they have to close off that, but they also had to essentially close all these like holes between the realms. Like if there are wormholes, there are physical portals that have to be closed and blocked magically, in addition to like some sort of overarching magical shield. And so that's interesting. And you also see that moving between the realms is different between the material plane than between the astral sea and another plane. So the fact that you have access to the astral sea, that that now you know that, is, it also adds some more like interplanar context. Lord, dump. Okay, and then would everyone like to take a long rest?
Yeah.
Great. You take a long rest. The only thing that keeps you company is the chomping sounds of this displacer beast just going to town on the Shrek corpse. Every once in a while, there's like a rattling as like a zombie comes in and leaves, but it's like an obedient zombie that's just like running errands, keeping things going. And you have a really restful night. You are in this safe little cottage, and I think it's the first time in a long time you guys have just had downtime that wasn't immediately fleeing a crime scene or, waiting to report that you had somehow failed at a crime scene. So
I think before doing anything like going into like a long rest, I probably should go and tell Gaius, and I believe that Pinto and Andaloke are with Gaius, that everything is okay, and that if they want to go back to the manor they can. It's going to take us a little longer here.
So you toothpick Eden right now. Fly over there.
No, I'll probably go to the fucking mushroom that
Okay.
enlarges first.
You grab
I'm gonna
it.
like put my my sword and like kind of like smack one until like it poofs off.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
You fly over and you see Gaius is there, and he's like crisscross applesauce on the ground, and they've got a circle going with all of the creatures and a few boggles, and he's trying to teach them to play Duck Duck Goose, but he doesn't know the rules very well, so he keeps getting it wrong when he's trying to explain it. He's like, okay, all right, so you gotta touch their head and say whether they look like a duck or a goose to you, I think, and then you run. And the fastest runner wins. And that's where you come in. And Pinto goes,
Hey, Pinto. Hello. Hello. Good news. We did find the person that is going to help me get my body back. But it's going to take. Yes, I'm gonna be back, so I can hug you.
ah,
Yeah.
hello. And he gives the sword a hug. Ow.
No, not too tight. You know, you always hurt yourself. I don't want to hurt you. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna take another day. So it's up to you if you want to stay here and make friends with the Boggles. The Boggles could use some friends.
I don't have friends.
But you do now.
And Gaius says, all right, campers, you heard the Fae. You know what I taught you. It's time to set up camp. And you watch as the Boggles start like rushing around, and they've collected some leaves and they're trying to build little tents with them. Boggle learning tent.
You're so cute. But yeah, I'll be back. Hang tight. It's gonna take a day. Okay?
A day. Cool.
Yes, 24 hours.
Yes. And Arcadia is also good.
Arcadia is doing perfect, and Titus is also doing great.
Hey, did Arcadia mention me?
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Right. Cool. Yeah. I'm sure she's doing something really important because she's like really cool and powerful and stuff.
She was doing some research about.
Oh my god, she's
some
so
important
smart.
Stuff.
Yeah, cool. Could you just tell her that actually, okay, could you come up with something cool? Tell her that I said it. And
What is the vibe that you're going for?
just like really chill, relaxed, cool vibes. Just like, yeah, I miss you, but like in a totally appropriate level for our current relationship standing, which is still undefined. You know?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks, bro.
Yep, you got it, bro.
I'm gonna go back to teaching the Boggles how to make tents.
Yes.
They're so bad at it. They're so bad.
I know they need help, and they couldn't be doing it without you. So you should be proud. You're helping these little creatures that didn't even have a friend until we came through. Look at that. Are you happy?
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome.
also-
I'll let Arcadia know. She'll be extremely impressed.
Tell her I fixed Darling's braid.
Oh, she will love that.
Yeah. I did, Darling. One of the Boggles took it out and I put it back. It looks fucking terrible. It's the worst braid you've ever seen. But look, I put it back in.
I'm gonna go and look at the braid.
It's awful. It looks like a rope. It's like clearly he's like using like orienteering knots. Like the little fucking Boy Scout he is. Like he's like trying. Does not know. Does not. Yeah.
Oh, it's great job. I will see you in a day. Okay?
Cool.
If
We will be here protecting you.
yes. I know that you will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
And I'm gonna go and like say my goodbyes to Pinto and Andaloke, and then I'll go back to the group.
Ally.
And I'm gonna go close to Pinto and be like, Pinto,
Yeah, ally.
just keep an eye on Gaius.
Ally.
Yeah, okay, Okay.
Yeah, ally.
I know that I could count on you.
Ally.
Cool. I'll see you in a day. I'm gonna zoom back.
Gaius is trying the hardest. You zoom back, and you're bam. You get the lilification mushroom, and there you are.
Yeah. Arcadia. Gaius says hi, and he's taking good care of Darlin and the Boggles, and he's teaching the Boggles how to make tents now. He'll be where we left him, with Darlin, Andaloke, Pinto, and the Boggles.
And Ripper.
That's so sweet. I bet he said something silly like, he's going to stay up all night trying to protect us.
He said that he's going to stay there to protect us, yes. He did.
What a lovable idiot.
Pour some out for Gaius.
Also, maybe like when we come back, you could teach him what a braid looks like, because I don't think he knows. But he's trying his best.
He tries so hard.
And got so far, but in the end, he's just a little himbo.
He tries so hard. God bless him. Venus bless him. Venus bless him.
Oh my god, it's like bless your heart, but
Yeah, I
from
know.
Venus Paladins.
Yeah.
Venus bless him. Great.
Arcadia is going to share what she learned about the Feywilds with Eden. And Titus, actually, if Titus is around. Is Titus sleeping?
Not yet. Titus is they're oddly like pulling a bunch of random stuff out of their pockets and it like putting it on the table and like writing a catalog of all of the things that they had in their pockets.
Okay, so she shares this information. Titus, did you learn anything in your book?
I learned that transmutation is a bitch.
Sorry?
Absolute trust issues justified 100%. All the water's bad. Water's bad.
I love water.
Titus gives them like a really... Yeah, I know you do.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It's not important. What did you learn?
Well, maybe Eden already knows this, but and she'll just share her information about the wildlands, about the portals and the plains, and she'll use the plywood and the sieve analogy, or the sieve.
Wow.
Wow. Eden, what's the realm of day and the realm of night? I'm not trying to get more out of this role, but just in case you did happen to know as in character.
I don't know if Eden would because this is homebrew.
Okay.
But I'll just tell you because Eden would know this, but Fenice might not know this. So in the Feywild, there are the courts, but all of that takes place in the realm of day. So the realm of day is like the real world. There is also this opposing realm of night, which is just the land of ideas. So
it's not like upside down.
It's a little bit Bizarro Land, but it's mostly like that's where concepts themselves live, because like the boggles are manifestations of loneliness, right? In the realm of day, or like this side of it, and so the actual concept of loneliness lives in the realm of night. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's very Plato's cave. Clearly, someone was on their Phil 100 bullshit when they wrote this. I mean, I don't know.
Huh.
It was me.
Who could that have been?
Who went on a Plato deep dive and wrote a whole universe on it?
Strange. How funny.
Couldn't be me. Okay. So, friends, we have to take our last break. I just want to know, is there anything you're going to do before you go to sleep?
All of those
I have
things.
something to. Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, you know what? You guys are going to do more. You're never going to let me take a break. Let me have 5 minutes to go hydrate. If that will be super quick. And then we can come back and see what other shenanigans they do. Just like in real life, they're procrastinating going to sleep. Have you heard about this? Where it's like it's like an ADHD thing where we procrastinate sleeping because we have so many fun things to do. And by that, we mean don't want to because sleeping's boring. Anyway. Go dream of Shrek. BRB! Mics are hot, and so are you. Oh my god. I'm putting your faces on, so I hope you're cool with it. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the show where stuff and things happen. Wow, what an intro for our new friends who just rated in Soul Initiative. Welcome.
Hello.
We are currently in the realm of a little fairy necromancer, a little mushroom friend, and we're just trying to buy a body. And did we offer ourselves up for dissection in exchange? Who's to say? But right now we're doing the ultimate quest of any DM. Every DM knows that secretly the hardest part of the game is trying to convince the players to take a long rest. So instead, they are all nestled together in this precious little cottage, reading books, making friends, feeding zombie Shrek to the displacer, and what else?
I guess like we would all like catch up with you guys need to tell me what you guys read. I guess that would be included in the pre-long rest shenanigans.
Yep.
Because I went over to the other half of the group that was at the entrance of the forest for a little while. So but otherwise I don't have anything else, I think.
If I was to during a long rest, I can choose to change my infusions.
Yeah, you can.
Does that happen before or after I wake up? Like, does that happen as I'm going to bed, or does that happen like?
I mean, narratively, just do it whenever. It happens in the long rest mechanically.
Okay.
We laughed, we cried, we killed Shrek again. It was a great time.
Again, a second time. Yes,
Yeah.
Dramatically. Basically, our paladin one shot at them almost. We
Pretty much.
so Titus, as like they're winding down for bed and like curled up into a little corner, they take little homunculus friend aside.
Hey,
Look.
Titus. Yeah.
Hey, so here's the thing.
What's up?
In this exchange, there is very high likelihood that I will cease to exist, probably temporarily, maybe temporarily.
What? Also, hey, Titus, don't take this the wrong way, but you offered us up for dissection. I just want to make that clear. I did not agree to these terms. I
Right?
just got this body. I think it's great.
So
I
here's
got
the
cute
thing.
little toe beans. Look at them.
Your body is set up in a way that I can bring it back every time I go to sleep and
Yeah,
wake
I'm
up
quite
again.
attached to this one, though. I like being a little kitty cat. Meow.
If you are still a little kitty cat, as I flatline, you will cease to exist completely.
Wait, what?
We need to make sure that you are safe, I think, in the pocket watch prior to this operation. And I need to probably.
I don't want to go back in the watch.
Well, this would just probably be temporary. Maybe be temporary.
Titus, you're not instilling me with confidence.
Well, this is why you would go to the watch just in case. And we might need to ask,
Titus,
Arcadia
look at me in the eyes.
attune to you
Right in the eyes.
first as well.
Yeah. Look at me.
Sustain your
If you die,
identity.
I'ma kill you. I just want you to know.
It's fair. You're not the first in line on that one. That's okay.
All right.
That's fine.
You're like my only friend.
Oh, well, that's nice.
You're supposed to
do not
say it
make
back.
friends with the
God damn
cat.
it, Titus. I take it back. Fuck you, buddy.
Have you met the displacer beast? You guys seem to have a lot in common.
The creepy cat with tentacles? Nah, I'm good.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. So, but for real, I'm gonna ask Arcadia to attune the watch, just in case. This is just backup, for all possible
Yeah.
outcomes.
All right.
It's probably fine. It's gonna be okay, right? Like
you
it's no
always
big
say
deal.
that right before shit explodes.
Well, the idea is to make sure it's not you exploding at this point. I mean, it's cool. Earlier, the kitty gun. Let's be real. That was
Right?
pretty cool, right?
I'm a
Like, that was-
Gatling gun.
Gato.
Gatling gun.
So it's just, like I put a lot of work into this body of yours, and I want the option to be able to get to reanimate and bring you back for it. But you have to make it through tomorrow first. And if I'm attuned to you and I flatline, I don't know what that means for you. So we're gonna just make sure that doesn't matter.
Okay, all right, I hear you. I'm not happy
Yeah.
about it, but I hear you. I'll let Arcadia attune to me. She better not get any water on me.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I agree. Water bitches, man.
Untenable. But he does do the thing that cats do when they're mad, where they just like turn around and sit down.
And then they flick their ears backwards,
Yeah,
like they're
facing the
listening,
other
but
way.
also still mad at you. Yeah.
Nah.
Perfect. I think you're gonna need to come back into the watch before she can attune to you, though.
The things I do. All right. And he just
Titus reaches their hands in around the watch, and their fingers are like the key to the lock, and it like rotary dial
God.
phone click, 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 click.
Oh, it's like a Q-tip too far in. Oh,
pulls them out. And the rest of the body kind of dissipates in like a swirl of glittering, fiery, smoky cloud.
my little toe beans.
Titus kind of walks over to Arcadia. Hemlock is wonderful. They have so much intelligence and there's so much knowledge that we're going to gather from this little exercise. But I kind of don't want to hope that they don't take all of my things apart. So if you could just hold on to some things for me. And Titus pulls out the list that they were like detailed. Like they literally like, it's a list of like thieves tools, woods tools. And it's like specifically naming each of the individual tools in the toolkit. And then it's like little like cogwheels and like springs and stuff that they've had in their pocket, and like glass marble beads that have individual names based off of the description of what kind of like sand colorations were used to create them. And then it's the watch is just kind of crowded in there in the middle of the list as if it's not important. And we're like, if you could just keep an eye on this, just this little, some doodads, some things, you just pay some specific attuning attention to it.
Hi, don't kill me.
Yes. Could you attune to our little friend here just for the interim?
God damn. I'll attune to her any day.
You'll what? Excuse yourself.
Okay. Excuse me.
So Katie, here's the thing. In the situation where I may have a few moments between breaths that are longer than others.
You know what? I take it
And-
back, Titus. Actually, I'm good with this new arrangement. Hey, you think I can go in your breast pocket?
How positively vile.
What? Come on.
No, it's a watch.
Yeah.
And then I turn it so like it doesn't look, like a vial of glass.
There's definitely a vial in there somewhere, though. Don't worry about it.
It's not toxic, I promise. I mean, it's a little bit masculine
What were you
toxicity.
saying?
It's so this is my only friend.
Hey.
They're a fire spirit. If I happen to have too many moments between breaths that are longer than planned tomorrow, the chance of them maybe evaporating into the void is higher than I would like. So if they could just momentarily be attuned with you until Eden is returned, just in case, that would be lovely.
In case you die.
I'm not gonna die. I mean, I might like hold my breath for a little too long, and I don't know what the sustainability of connection to somebody whose heartbeat has taken a break is when that break is longer than normal.
Yeah, it's not dying. It's called a heartbreak beat vacation. It's different. It's not an arrhythmia.
You go to like Heartbreak Hotel,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just like a jaunty little jig.
it's just like taking a rest. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die. This is just to like make sure. I just don't know what the length of time I can stretch that. I've stretched that gap before, but I've gotten probably closer to it than I probably should. And
I've seen
this might.
Listen, Titus. If you do die tomorrow, our grievances will be settled.
Well,
will
no, you
have
can't
to
go
be-
tell me that. I'll have to do. Then you might make me do it on purpose, and I'll just hold my breath.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. It's up to you.
yeah, don't look a gift horse in the face. If all you gotta do is die, there's no way she's ever gonna forgive you. Dying is like the easiest course of action, because it's certainly not your charisma that's gonna get you back in a good graces.
You should see me in a back alley. My charisma is great.
You are, in effect, sacrificing your life to bring Eden's body back.
I wouldn't word it like that. I'm just seeking knowledge, and it happens to benefit. Like Titus literally, Titus can't take that compliment. Like Titus is literally trying to pretend like they're not trying to literally kill themselves for this, because they're like, no, I'm not a selfless person. Why would I do that? That's not at all what I'm doing.
The fire mote's just making this gesture. It's like, Titus, shut the fuck up, Titus. And it's like also making the gesture, but shouting at you as well in a way that everyone can hear.
It's either way, like, just in case, like, my little guy here, it's just a little guy, and this wasn't his choice, and so I don't want him to be a part of this.
Gonna literally like to Titus to
Their
get
skin gets super warm very quickly, and their face gets very flushed. Contact.
Titus,
Yes.
I forgive you.
So you're gonna take the watch.
Yes, I'll take the watch.
Hey, Arcadia. Does Titus still have to die?
Yes.
It's not dying. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
dying.
yeah.
And
Okay, shut the
it's
fuck up.
fine. It's fine.
Now it's me and my private time with Arcadia. Fuck off, Titus.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. And then Titus literally like leaves the watch with Arcadia and walks away. And then like over their shoulders, don't forget to attune.
All right, so how do I do that?
Well, I got a few ideas. We can get
Don't
creative.
let me on, care. You're going to learn some manners.
I assure you, I will not.
Well, then you'll spend a lot of time with your watch faced closed.
Okay, hear me out. What if we got some good fire puns? Would that be... You set my heart ablaze. I think I lava you. You make me happy.
It's less crass, so that's a start.
Yeah. Oh, I got some crass ones. You want that? Then we just like smash cut over to the Eden and Titus. Is anyone else? So Eden, you've curled up as a sword and you're kind of in your trance. Titus, is there anything else?
Titus makes himself some more tea and it's exceptionally stronger.
Great. Gone. Conk.
They may or may not be like Titus is a fire genasi. Titus can't cry. It's actually not physically possible for them to cry, but there's steam coming off their face a little bit as they're slamming down this coffee like a shot. And then they curl up by themselves to go to bed.
Perfect. And we cut back. I feel like there's just a montage of like fire-based innuendos. Like, I'm burning for you, and that's after treatment and things like that. And it just as Arcadia trances and finally like the watch is just working on their material while Arcadia trances. And then it's morning. And you hear the rustling of pots and pans, and you wake to see Hemlock setting out some cookies for you. And they do smell slightly fungal, as does everything. But they are cookies. And she's good morning.
Good morning. Are these for us?
Yes, here you go. It's extra for you. And she hands, she kind of like kicks Titus awake again and then says, eat up.
Titus eats it.
Yeah, this time you're fine.
Okay, yeah. Arcadia's gonna like just point blank ask her, are these poisoned?
No.
Will it harm me if I eat it?
I mean, maybe if you overindulge, you could suffer some gastrointestinal distress, and perhaps you have an allergy that I don't know
She's
about.
already taken a bite.
Great. La la la. Well, friends, and as she's kind of like flying around, she's like pinching Titus a little bit, like on the cheeks, like. Wonderful. Okay.
Titus is carefully like taking off one of their coats and like folding it in a like perfect like seam line pressed like got to protect the folds, no wrinkles way.
Perfect. Goes, wow, this is wonderful. All right. I think it's about time. Follow me. And she flies out of the cottage, like outside.
Titus follows.
Does Eden and Arcadia follow?
Yep, I sure do.
Yeah. Yep.
Great. You follow out to a mushroom garden, just around the smaller mushrooms. So you're kind of now surrounded, because you are mini size, you're surrounded like a forest of mushrooms and toadstools just like towering above you. They make a canopy that she flies beneath and that you're able to walk on the ground. But you get to a sort of like sub garden that looks more like lichen, like it's just like a thin layer over top of the soil. And it's only because you're small now that you can see that it has shapes to it. And you can see that as you look down at it standing above, that some of the lichen beneath you are bioluminescing. Only some of them. And they seem to glow a little brighter as Hemlock approaches, until you can make the outline of what looks like a shape. Almost like a chalk outline at a crime scene, the shape of a body on the ground. And Hemlock flies over and taps one of the mushrooms, and it does a little puff of glowing spores. She just kind of goes like this, licks her finger, puts it out to the air, and she goes, "Oh, just about done." And, well, Eden, if you would do the honors.
Sure. What do I need to do?
You need to just sever this one right here. And there is a sort of what looks like a bit of lichen, like a mushroom, but it has a cap in it. So it's like a cup shape one instead of like a convex one. And inside the cup is like a what looks like a globe of water. Like it's a drop of water, but the surface tension is so large because you're small that it's like a little orb. It's an orb. It's a water orb.
Okay.
Just sever this.
All right. I will go ahead and sever it.
Okay. You cut into this and the water kind of splashes over and immediately flows into the shape that's on the ground. And all those lightly luminescing fungi suddenly just whoosh, illuminate. And you see as the light shines on your faces, they glow from beneath. And Hemlock looks a little mad as she smiles and starts to laugh as the soil around you starts to churn and move like ocean water, like magma bubbling almost, but it's just earth. And the lichen starts to kind of churn as well and almost seems to coalesce like in a shape into a ball and rolls over. And you see a shambling mound appears from that and moves to the side. And beneath it is what looks like a fresh grave. And you lean forward and you look in, and it's Eden. It's Eden's body, a little younger than when you last saw her, but naked, a little dirty from soil, but it's Eden.
It worked?
Is that you?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, this last part is going to be a little bit tricky, but I'm almost certain it will work, or it might not, and undo everything we've done so far.
Okay.
You, and she kind of taps the side of your blade, need to stab fair through the heart.
Okay. Arcadia.
Arcadia takes a deep breath. Yes.
Could you help me?
Yes.
I will place the tip of the long sword over my chest.
Can I roll medicine to make sure it's exactly on her heart?
Yeah, you can do that. You can give me an attack roll or a medicine roll.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll that. I have several inspirations. Fuck me, dude.
How many you got? We only got one this episode.
We had 4 from the
Jesus,
other
I forgot.
time.
Yeah.
So that was.
Charisma. We're being very dramatic right now. Welcome.
Oh my god. Okay, so 2 used. This is. Oh my god.
I am going to roll for my attack. I just wanted the help action, but
Okay.
I'll roll it.
Wait to watch you guys fuck this up and destroy the body.
19. I used all
That
my
is a
inspiration.
17 plus an 11 to hit. I believe that is a 28.
Okay, see, we got a 28 and a 17.
19.
19, sorry, to hit
I said
an unconscious body
You
through
said
the
19.
heart.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say what happens there is all those re-rolls where Arcadia, you go to like hold the hilt and your
Nope, not
hand
in the right-
starts shaking.
Yeah.
Like you just are trembling. You're about to
She would be. She's like, she doesn't want to fuck it up. She would like go to like mark, like start like landmarking, like body landmarking, like, oh, okay, the sternum, clavicle, okay. Nope, that's not quite right. Like she's almost about to like puncture the skin, but nope. She repositions until she gets it right.
Could we say that like Titus, like while Arcadia's hand is shaking and like hesitating, like Titus just puts their hand on Arcadia's back to like steady that arm a little bit. And, like
She takes a breath and then finally is able to steady her hand.
And what actually happens is Eden just kind of takes over.
I don't know how you're gonna
But emotionally. So yeah, Eden, you kind of steady yourself over your own heart. And then what was that roll you got for attack?
28.
28. Your skin cuts so easily. The body is so fragile and your blade is so sharp that you almost don't feel the resistance. Your sword blade passes sideways through, right between the ribs and through the heart. And you don't feel anything at first. Except you can see your own blood beneath you. And then you do feel it. Like a gravitational pull or a strong current of wind tugging at your hair. Something is pulling on you, summoning you, calling you.
You follow?
And you follow. And it's not a physical movement, but there's just a moment, like the pause between a blink when your eye closes and before it reopens. And instead of looking down on yourself, you open your eyes and you're looking up. And you see above you Arcadia wielding Stormbloom with Titus at her back and Hemlock creepily hovering over all of you and taking notes. And you take a breath.
Ow.
Arcadia's gonna look at Hemlock. Can I take it out now?
Oh, yes, you should probably cure wounds that too.
Okay, she's gonna cure wounds.
I'm like, I spit some dirt on the side.
How do you feel? Do you feel like yourself?
What do I feel?
You feel very quiet in your own mind. You didn't realize how much the background hum of Vice's presence had become a familiar sound. Just the feeling when you're home, but you know there's someone in the other room. And right now, you don't have Stormbloom. Arcadia does.
I immediately Aglad Meril, which is the
sword flies to your hand instantly. And you hear in your mind, well, it's good to see that you escaped. I think it's quite a partnership that will be easier to manage now that we both don't occupy one blade.
We're still here.
Yes, I'm still here. And don't take this the wrong way, but I think I breathe a little easier, being the only one in this vessel.
That's fair. I, as my pact, I kind of have the sword disappear, dematerialize in me. And I spring up, and naked as a baby, I will go and hug, like, Titus and Arcadia.
Arcadia like hug tackles you to the ground.
Right back in the grave we go, and you are tackled back onto.
And it's just doing the thing where like almost like I do this to my dog when I come home and I haven't seen her in a while. Like, just like all over Eden's face.
Titus didn't fall into the grave with you guys, but they kind of just sit down on the edge of the grave.
And as you call Stormbloom, back into yourself, there is a sort of buzz in the air around you. And then throughout this little mushroom garden, roses bloom. And I think that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. With everybody crying in roses again. Who is hosting tonight's after party? Am I?
I'm here, but like I've been having problems with my upload speed going all over the place. So if you want to host it,
sure. I'll give you a second to recover because I made you cry twice tonight. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the after party. Normally, this is on a different channel. So if you want to exclamation players, so you can go support the players on their own channels. We are all streamers, and it really helps us out. You can also support us on Patreon if you think if we think that we are neat and cool, which we are.
Plus, Patreon gets the special created memes by Ellie.
Also, hey, Adrian, in post-production editing, this is where you should cut.
Nailed it.
I mean,
here we're gonna add our art.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe I'll do what I want.
Things. I'll do what I want.
Nobody can tell Adrian what to do.
Fair enough.
Okay, so this is the fun part where we do just like our stars, our wishes, our dreams, our hopes. And I think it's funny that Fenice's wish has been to have a body for so long. Here, I'm going to put this on the screen because I want to show it off. There. So that's very exciting. I know you got to come up with a new one. You can't just keep asking me to give you back your body. But does anybody else have a star or a wish? So a moment they'd like to highlight, favorite moment from this episode, or something they'd like to see for the future. Yeah.
I mean, how is them not getting their body back not everybody's favorite moment of this episode?
My
Like, of
favorite
this arc.
moment was
Of the season.
was hitting on Arcadia as the horny watch.
So much.
That's always my
Fair
favorite
enough.
part.
I mean, that
Um,
was a really good moment.
My favorite moment was actually a different Eden moment, but I think it was, well, two. I had two favorite moments. One was their concern about, the emotional concern about potentially losing fair connection to Vice, and just what that would mean, the consequences of finally getting fair body back.
Yeah.
So that was, I like seeing that role play, and anytime Finiche cries on stream is a great day. So, plus I love I love the throwback to, I was like losing it in chat just about like the Daughters of Chaos and the creation myth, and now just hearing it again after, that was like our session 0 as we opened with that. And so now kind of hearing it again after we've collected some information, like some little gears are turning in my brain. And so I like, that's what? So that's fun for me to have those little gears turning. And I'm like, maybe, could that be? I don't know. So that's really fun. So that's nice.
I love a lore dump. Anytime I get to have my dramatic monologue bullshit, I'm thriving. That's all I live for. And anytime I get to tie something back into something I wrote literally 6 months ago, I'm happy. Oh, hello. We just got a bunch of new follows and people who just came in for that last scene. People who just showed up, that was their first scene of this show. I will tell you, it's usually a lot more dick jokes and Shrek, but it also has a lot of super melodramatic crying. So if you're into both of those things, this is the stream for you. What if... Okay, does anybody else have a favorite moment?
The culmination of it all for me, and the mental imagery of having me being able to hug my friends.
I have another secret favorite moment, which was when I said that you get to stab yourself and how happy Titus was. He's like, fucking said so.
Right? I was like, what if we just stab somebody with the sword who happens to be missing soul and there's room for another soul?
I mean, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just saying maybe if if it hadn't literally been fair body, it might not have worked. But you just want to go stabbing any souls. Also, on the note of imagery, I just wanted to share again this beautiful art piece that we have commissioned, and it's my first time really getting to see the party. I'm a very word person and not as much of a visual artsy person, so it's just very exciting. I just feel like they got captured so perfectly. Look at their little faces. I'm so excited, and Darling's looking majestic. She does not look like that right now because she's got one ratchet braid from Gaius, who's trying his best.
We'll teach him. We'll teach him.
I'll teach
He'll
him.
get there.
I
I
believe.
believe that he can do it.
Yeah, if you like this art, !Glim is the artist, and just, I love everything they make. So beautiful, so pretty. Yeah, Darling is beautiful. Okay, any other stars to hand out? There's so much. This was such a dramatic ass episode. This was like the most dramatic episode ever.
It's definitely
This-
felt like I feel like when we ended the Sappho's arc and then when we ended this one, they really felt to me like, like an HBO like season finale. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like that.
Yeah.
We
It
have
really
arcs,
felt
but this
like
feels real season finale. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like 3 arcs to a season kind of a thing, feeling like
Mm,
'cause this is the end of the 6th arc, right? Technically.
I think so. I think we
This
are.
is obviously all very intentional, and I've definitely planned it out to be that way for sure. Z's. Definitely not.
Totally.
It's all my excellent time management skills at work once more. I'm so glad you noticed. Yeah, I did. It's nice that we finally got to end something on a high note. We ended Sappho's on a bit of a bummer, didn't we? No, Sappho's was.
You came home with a baby egg,
That's
Yeah.
true.
and Arcadia came home meeting their goddess and freeing them and getting to like it's pretty OP. It wasn't like all joy per se. We kind of murder muppeted our way through the end there.
It do be like that.
My
but-
best friend almost drowned, did drown, got revived.
Got.
There's a lot of dying and coming back to life in the season finales. Just keep that in mind. Death is only the beginning, as they say. Okay, so stars. So this is the end of this arc. And we are now heading into the next arc. So obviously there's a lot that happened here that is still going to have to be resolved. This isn't the end of this part of the story, but I'm wondering what you guys have for wishes in your heart.
Us or our characters? Because I feel like those are going to be 2 separate things.
I want to hear both.
It
I
seems
always
like
go,
Adrian.
so yeah, you go.
Yeah, it seems like Adrian. Look at that smirk right there. And like, what's up?
Well, so I personally am very excited to still figure out Owl and this trilogy head of bird bitches and what
Yeah.
they're doing with this manner of circumspect space. Like
Owl
This is
wanna
where we
know-
dump our conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
right. Owl, yeah, I want to know what's going on with the liminal manor and who these people are and why they're actually invested enough to create a mafia in the mortal plane if they're not necessarily maybe of the mortal. Like, why are they putting their hands in our business if they ain't us? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where I'm personally at. Like, I'm really curious why they need that guy from the Feywilds, the little
I mean,
deer monster.
If you are an immortal being, you have a lot of time. I
You're gonna
believe
fuck
that,
with
like,
everything.
I would.
But I want to know
How
their
many-
specific
How many
motivations.
there's Owl, there's
Sparrow
Sparrow.
And Hawk.
and Hawk. There are 3 of
It's
them.
3 of them.
3 that we know of that we just currently work for.
You wanna know my theory?
My assumption is that there's probably many of these beings, and these are just the 3 we're currently subservient to.
What if they're the daughters of chaos?
Well, that's what I thought. Like,
And maybe we're looking for the
first
4th?
time. What if they are the 3 that like were against transmutation?
Yeah.
So who is going to be? Is this being that we're hunting for in the Feywilds? Maybe their transmutation,
No.
and we're
Or
This
giving
is
maybe
a
it some
Hemlock
fun.
is
different. This is a different
transmutation.
being.
What if
It-
shut the
but
fuck up? What if Hemlock is transmutation?
What if who is Hemlock?
Hemlock. Because Hemlock wants to go back through the portal.
Hemlock does want to go back through the portal. They were very
Well, we
interested in getting in
promised.
and out of portals, and we promised to bring them with us.
And also with you had to sever the little bloop drop and it was water and transmutation's water.
So
No,
they
man.
don't.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I've never had a thought in my life.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Head empty, no thoughts.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I actually don't
Okay.
even know how to speak English.
Ok. Alors, en français, on peut.
Okay, en français, je le connais.
That was my first. What I want to know, Titus. They hit their goal, and they're gonna do what they said, And that's all that matters and they care about now. Like they reached their finish line, so they are just gonna let happen whatever happens.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. We'll find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
You know what's funny is I don't even think Adrian knows what that means.
No, I know what I'm implying, but I don't know how well I want to imply it without, anyways, this is between me and the DM. It's really between me and maybe the DM will find out.
I will say, shout out to Adrian for DMing me the most wildest shit in the middle of sessions while we're live. I'm like,
You're so inspiring, though. Like, I would plan these in advance if it weren't for the fact that your very actions inspire the thoughts to tune this.
I love it. And I'm like, I'm happy to roll with these punches, but I won't spoil it because that might happen to me. But it's like, hey, Kate, listen, what if we just retcon my entire backstory right now and this is it now instead? And I'm like, shit, dog, like, if you want, but like, I got a lot of plates in the air, bro. Like,
okay.
No, I love it.
Okay.
If you ever want to yes and your way through this and just make some shit up and be like, this was always the case, I'll be like, yep, it was. That's why they call me yes and no man. Yes, no man. Yeah, no man. Yes.
No man yesin?
Gnome yesan. There we go. Gnome yesan. We got there. Perfect. Anybody else?
I want to bring Hemlock to the hole I came out of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know where it is?
I believe I could go back.
Great.
I believe
in you.
I have good survival. I'll backtrack. It's just far. It's just a little far, right? Like
Sorry, Hedonism Jesse got it. It's gnome but yes and. Gnome but yes and.
Right.
Wait.
What?
What if Venus is transmutation?
Venus is all about water.
Well, yeah, but then also
and you just
like
breed them.
well, not really. The chaos goddesses asterisk I have, and then daughters of chaos goddess, transmutation, water, Venus, water, sea.
The yarn board.
Yeah, the yarn board. The plot thickens.
I think that actually
Valid.
makes sense because Venus is an ancient, right? Considered. So that could very well be.
And also Arcadia is familiar with this creation myth.
I'm gonna throw out an even wilder theory. What if our party are daughters of chaos and we just were
Wait, who's the fourth
We're
one? Is it me?
We're the reincarnation.
Is it ally?
water would be
Ally.
ally. That would be
Pinto.
the best.
Pinto is
Pinto is the fourth. Well,
Yeah,
no, so
that's
Titus would be the
It's Gaius.
evocation because of fire.
Gaius
Gaius.
is the fourth daughter.
Secretly,
My sweet boy.
secretly hermaphrodite and one of the daughters of chaos.
Yeah.
That would be beautiful.
Oh.
That would be really funny. Also, if we were like the reincarnations of the daughters of chaos.
I will say that my favorite part of every episode is when I get to RP as Gaius. It's just, okay, there are two characters. There are a handful of characters, but there are two characters. Gaius and the Watch are two characters that I literally don't know what they're going to say until after my mouth is open and it just comes out like something takes over me. Like the sleazy Watch energy and the himbo power just like channels far too comfortably through me. It just brings me many joy. I love Gaius so much.
Gaius is great. I love him.
Yeah.
He's a sweet bean. He's a sweet bean.
Darling Gaius, the Watch, and Pinto are the four daughters of Chaos.
Correct.
Yes.
Well, I would
Correct.
actually argue that it would be probably Darling, the Watch, Pinto, and Baby that was just born.
Estelle?
Oh,
Estelle.
I can't hug my baby.
How is that not
Oh,
chaos?
VJ.
Is the baby with Gaius
Wait.
right now?
Is the baby in the room with us right now?
No, baby is with us.
Hold please. I just your IRL baby is out of surgery. I just thought you might want to know. Her ear is falling off a little, but her eyes are back in her head.
Baby.
She did have to spend a couple days in recovery, but she's doing great. She's being a trooper.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
Look at
everyone.
her. She
Everyone
got my
say-
galaxy eyes.
No somersault. No somersault.
Yes,
Yeah.
somersault. Yes,
Oh.
somersault.
No, it's yes hop, no somersault.
We need to literally make t-shirts that say,
Yes hop.
yes, hop, no somersault.
And no one will ever understand. All 10. God, if you met, do you know how cool that would be if we had like a Be Gay Do Crime merch and then someone met a Be Gay Do Crime fan in the wild? There are
Wearing
dozens of
merch.
you. It could happen. I believe. I'm so big on the screen. Oh my God. Sorry, I forgot. I was like, why am I like this? Okay. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get back into your home. Okay. So Ellie's got her yarn board. And everyone else has their stars
Am
and
I on the right track with any of these? Just yes or no.
I don't understand the question.
Just
Yes
yes,
or
or
no.
no.
Yes or no?
On
yes
any
and
of
no.
them that I said.
I'm gonna say that some things you have said are in the right stadium.
A will take it as a win.
That's all you get from me.
So what you all hear was that I am correct. All of my theories have been proven to be true.
Especially the
Fact.
contradictory ones. Jesus Christ.
Especially the contradictory ones.
You know, we're actually all we're all chaos here. The actual daughters of
transmutation,
chaos are the fools who are on
The
this
daughters
stream.
of chaos are the ones we made our life.
Yep. Yep. Okay, friends. I gotta go to bed and do things. And so we should go raid, but I don't know who, because our normal people aren't streaming today because it's a holiday, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's
And other people
Also, shout out to my fucking dice for giving me
I love how the dice used up
Or-
all the power in the beginning and then we're
how
like
you have
no
to
the
more.
important-
important
the heart.
in the important roles. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you, MVP dice.
No, they were
Yeah, right
really
up until
busy
you had a
killing
stab in the
Shrek.
heart.
Yeah, they were really busy. They chose violence today.
I was so worried about that encounter and worried that like it was gonna wreck us so good.
It was a challenge level 8. Like,
yeah.
I don't understand how you did that. It's just
Get some. So
yeah. Murder. Okay, let's
Old
find.
World's live. ADHD Adventures is live.
Yeah.
We raid a lot of the same people a lot though too.
I know. We always raid the same people. Okay, let's hang out with ADHD Adventures because it's very feeling. I'm feeling very ADHD today. The brain cell. Well, it's because I didn't have my meds today because I slept in and I couldn't have them. So, haha,
Oh,
whoops.
that's me every Sunday.
You're like,
Want
I
to
don't
sleep
need.
in.
The turnips.
Want
The
to
turnips,
sleep.
Ellie.
Yeah, I know.
I
But
almost
want to
slept in
sleep
too late for
in.
that.
And then it's like 12 o'clock and you're like, if I take them now, I just won't go to bed. So, and then you're
Yep.
like, guess I won't. And then you're like, guess I'm doing nothing today.
I think I did this right. Okay, yes, I did. Ha! Okay, so I got a dip, but everybody say hi to ADHD for me.
GG's, everyone.
GG's. Thank you guys for hanging out.
GGs.
Thank you for being very melodramatic with me and letting me have my bullshit soliloquies. It warms my heart. Please follow if you haven't. Follow everybody. You can do exclamation players to do so. And if you like this show and you think it's super cool and fun and neat, you can support us on Patreon and it helps us out. And it makes me smile. And every time someone subscribes on Patreon, I do a little jig. So think about that. You don't have to though, but if you do, it's cool because paying for stuff you don't have to is actually very punk rock and sick and rad of you. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any closing remarks? Sign
We'll see you
off.
on the next arc. Stay tuned, bitches.
Yeah.
Videos are coming up of the recent arcs as well. You should see them
Oh yeah,
shortly.
go on our YouTube channel to watch back episodes if you miss us next week because we're gonna be taking a week off. Okay, that's all I got. Goodbye, friends. Bye.
Bye, friends.
Bye, 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 bye.